So how was the happy hour
Happy hour
yesterday?
was awesome.
Happy hour
Kathy's
was
about
awesome.
to list every single person that was there.
Yeah.
Okay, I just want to give a
Bob
shout
and
out.
Joe and Steve and Salmon.
Beth and Jim
First
and
of
Paul.
all, Nicole and Oz, they're like ride or
Oz.
die
Love Oz.
listeners. We love both of you. And Nicole, she was with us at Dave & Buster's during opening week. She played Walking Dead with me all the way to the end.
This will be a test of Kathy's memory. What's Oz's real full name?
Oh, I can't pronounce it. Oz,
Is it Osriel?
No, I can't pronounce it.
Osmosis.
Yeah,
No,
right.
it's something.
But he goes, just call me Oz.
Maybe
So
we're
I
like,
prefer
fine.
that. Okay, so then
Oh,
we
that's
have...
an HBO show about man love.
Then there's...
Man love.
Man love. Man love.
Man love.
Then there was Charlie the girl and
Okay.
Jeremy.
Right.
And they're the ones that helped me go to the other Alamo Draft House
Right.
one night before premiere and find you drunk in the bar.
Exactly. She
Right.
goes, I met you at an Alamo Draft House. And I was like, huh, that's weird. I was because the only other Alamo Draft House I've been is over off of Santa Fe.
Right.
And she goes, yeah, that was it. And I was like, are you sure? She goes, you were drunk. I was like, yep, that was
Yeah.
me.
So, yes, they were there.
We were pre-gaming before the movie, and then they serve you liquor in the movie.
In the
Yeah.
movie,
Yeah.
right. And then there was Levia.
Yeah.
She showed up, and we taught her how to speak English. Remember,
And-
Wiggins, the other day we got a text, and there was somebody that said, I've been listening to you forever, and you taught me how to speak English.
Okay.
And then I started bringing up that we also taught my hairdresser's wife how to speak English.
Okay.
'Cause
So
they listen.
She showed up last night, so that was pretty
That's
cool.
So
awesome.
she used all the
Yes.
words that she learned from us. So she was like, taint. And then she was all pelotes.
Yeah, and a lot of, for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
Queso.
Queso.
Yeah, okay.
But she was like, she spoke such
Awesome.
good English.
You
I was
wouldn't
like,
believe
I
it.
would have never thought that you never spoke English.
Right.
Someone on Ellen said that it was like some I don't even know, from some band from Korea or something like that, some like pop
boy
group.
band?
Yeah, boy band. But they said we learned English from Friends, and the guy said that he learned how to speak. One of the guys said he learned how to speak English from Friends. I was like, even if you sat me down in front of a show in Spanish or
Right.
Japanese, I
I'm
don't
not
think I
gonna
have the
get it.
ability to
Learn it.
learn it.
Because like all of a sudden you're going to learn one joke at a time. You're going to be like, well, Ling Chong means something
Right.
funny.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, that's what she said. She said when she was flipping around on the dial, we were laughing so much that she was like, well, I don't know what the hell they're saying, but they must be funny.
Right, they
So
must-
I'm going to keep listening. And then she would practice, she would speak English at school, but when she'd get home, everything was Spanish.
All
TV
her
was
relatives,
Spanish,
everything was
music
Spanish.
Spanish. Everything was Spanish. So you kind of need to be around the language if
For
you're
sure.
learning it to hear it and understand it, which is kind of like when I learned Spanish, I never understood it, but then the summers that I did construction and I was around all the crews doing road construction stuff, you would pick it up because you do hear more. So I kind of get it.
Kathy's all speaking slang Spanish.
I know.
So, nice chichis. Here's my
It's
question.
called Spanglish, Larry.
What would it cost for somebody, let's say, to go to take a college course to learn a language?
I don't know.
What could that
I'd
cost?
say
Well, it's just a
500.
class.
Or
Okay,
what is
then-
what Rosetta Stone? What does that cost?
I don't know.
The 3 easy payments of $99.99.
Okay.
There you go.
I don't
Thank
know.
you, Wiggins.
I would have to say that listener owes us $300.
Oh, yes.
If we taught you to speak English, I mean, it's not for free, lady.
Right.
I guess it is.
Well, let's see.
Yeah.
I'll look up Rosetta
No, I'm
Stone
just
right
kidding.
now.
We're not going to charge
yeah,
her.
we're not charging
But
her.
everybody was
Yes,
awesome there.
Everybody, thank you so much. And YOLO Rum, thank you so much for being there. And it was delicious.
The staff at Alamo Draft House, everybody's so nice there.
Yeah, they're fantastic.
Yeah, everybody's just great, and we had a great turnout. And AJ and his mom came.
Which was pretty awesome.
Yeah, Wilma.
Uh-huh.
They're my cousins.
Yes.
So and they're not that far from there. They actually live right around the corner. Or
And-
Wilma.
That's
does.
awesome.
And AJ owns the El Salon.
Yes.
Yes.
El Salon.
El Salon. And you know who else was there? I don't know if you remember, Wiggins, if you were with us at the time, but one of our old interns was there.
Uh-huh.
Oh yeah.
And Travis, and I'll show you the picture of him.
Okay.
And we liked Travis.
Okay.
Like, he was great ad-libbing with Larry. Like, he was just a fun dude.
Okay.
So he
And-
came up and he was like, first thing he popped right in my face. He's like, "I'm one of your old interns." I was all, "Lawsuit, run!" No, I'm just kidding.
You're waiting for the and here's
Weinstein.
my lawyer.
Yeah.
Shut up.
So what's funny about that is a friend of mine works with an old intern of ours.
Oh, yeah?
And so he like holds it against my friend. He's all, I worked with Wiggins, and my friend's just like, well, that's just Wiggy. That's
Right.
Jared. Like,
right.
like, what are you talking about?
I've known Wiggins.
So he says his name, and I feel so bad, and I'm like, I don't know who
You
that
have to
is.
tell me the name. I'll remember.
She remembers everybody.
You remember, yeah, because
Yeah.
I'm just like, we had interns, and here's what sucks is like 90% were terrible, 10% were amazing.
But we had some real good
No,
ones.
I think 10% were amazing. Then there was another 30 that were good. That
yeah.
were there,
Yeah.
but they because of their time constrictions or whatever, we
They
didn't
couldn't do
see
it,
the
yeah.
drive from them. But we knew they were okay. And then there was, I'd say that it was a small percentage of who really sucked.
Like the girl who sang.
Oh, that kept singing along with the songs.
Singing along with the
We're like,
songs.
please stop.
And you guys are in the back there trying to, the way you move it.
Right.
and we're like, stop.
Do you remember when the one intern, Dante Christian?
Oh, yeah.
He was like a Kanye West looking guy.
Is that who?
Remember he wore the.
Oh, yeah, I remember Dante.
So you know, our old coworker was a huge Lakers fan, and it was like a huge like game
It's Lakers
championship
versus Celtics.
and he came in the next day wearing a Celtics jersey, and he had to stare at him in that Celtics jersey all morning, and we were like, "Are you an idiot? Like we don't even come in with the
Now he's our hero.
Broncos
Yeah.
shirts
Now he's
right
our
now. We're
hero.
like, yeah, we're so proud of you."
There was one intern who, I mean, there've been some really funny ones, like
Yes.
Puff Puff. What was her name? Remember the girl she had?
Oh, Crystal.
Yeah, love
Giggles,
her.
Giggles.
You are good with names.
Love Giggles.
Crystal Preston, you know, she just got married.
Good for her.
To a white dude, and they're so cute together.
I don't see color.
Oh, Jesus.
Anyway, but who's the one that he was young black kid, and then we saw him a couple years ago.
Cedric.
And we were like, damn, that guy's fine.
Damn, Cedric.
Right, when he was with us, he was just a little skinny kid.
Yeah, he was
and
like-
we were like, whatever.
Right.
And then we saw him a couple years ago, and we were like, damn.
Right? Like,
That was
his voice got deeper.
Yeah, and he was tall.
He had a kid.
His
Yeah.
last day was my first day.
No,
Oh,
that's
really?
not him.
That's not him?
No, that
I'm
was a different
pretty-
guy. No, that you're talking about. That was a totally different guy. 'cause
Okay.
that was way before your time.
Okay.
Oh,
This
okay.
was and then we had the guy in the wheelchair that we made go
We
everywhere.
loved Quentin.
Yeah.
Quentin. Yeah,
Q.
Q. You
Yeah.
were around for Q.
Yeah.
Q was funny as hell, and we loved Quentin.
A lot of our interns went on to work in the industry,
Yeah,
and,
for real.
and TV and stuff like that.
Producer Annalisa at the
Yeah.
Everyday Show was our intern.
The boss hated me, but the interns would all go in there and he'd be like, "What do you want to do here? What do you want to do?" And they're like, "Oh, well, like I want to be a producer like Wiggins." No, you don't.
No, we hate him.
So anyway, yesterday
Yeah.
was a good day
Right,
at the happy
yesterday
hour.
was a good day at the
Okay.
happy hour, so it was really cool. And all the food I had was delicious.
Yes, we're going to do that again. We'll have our next one at the Alamo Draft House.
We're trying to do December 21st.
Right. And then, so we're going to keep doing those. So if you didn't get a chance to come out and hang with us, definitely hit up the next one.
Yeah, I
Yes.
didn't get to go, but there is good news. I have the Christmas wish page all set up on blazinhitradio.com.
Good job.
Good.
You can get into that, and we have the GoFundMe set up. Our
Hey,
listeners,
Wiggins,
yes,
go fund yourself.
go fund
Hey, you
yourself.
go fund
You know
yourself.
what? People
Well, you go fund yourself.
No, you go fund yourself,
people
Larry.
are already funding
gonna fund
myself.
you.
Yeah, people are already funding ourselves.
They are
okay?
funding you?
Yeah, they already are. Like I put it up, and within 10 minutes of putting it up, and I shared it on Facebook, and just said, "Hey, it's set up. Here's the link." Blah blah blah. We had $50 donation, and then I was like, "Oh, that's cool." I was like, "Well, it is
Yeah.
like late." I was like, "Maybe there's
A generous person was up.
Woke up this morning. There was another $50 in there.
that's
So
awesome.
so I think if
We haven't even read the letters
we haven't
yet.
even read the letters yet, which they're upstairs. We have about
Good.
50 letters that have been provided
I'll
to
start
us so
reading them
far.
this weekend.
The official start doesn't even happen until like today because we were waiting for December 1st, kind of giving people a head start. But I'm looking forward to this year and really being able to help out. And it looks like a bunch of people are throwing it in. So
It's
Yeah.
cool too because we get so many letters that we can't answer all of them.
Yeah.
So what some of us do, like instead of exchanging gifts this year with each other, my family, we're all just going to take a wish. So
That's
my
cool.
mom and her husband, Lynette and her man, and then Chris and I were each
He's
going to
gonna
take a
take a
letter.
wish. Oh, that's cool.
oh,
Very
that's
cool.
awesome.
So that way, because then it's like, you know how you like have to buy the gifts and you're like, oh man, you're just buying something to buy something.
Exactly.
Because everybody, all of us, for the most part,
You-
kind of have everything
Right, exactly.
you need. So it's like, yeah, I think it's better to not have opening of presents and just have that satisfaction of knowing, hey, those people had nothing and we hooked them up.
yeah,
Right, totally.
You know, no.
Well, I mean, like, I meant in a situation that they're
I know,
far
I know.
off,
I totally
worse off
agree.
than us.
And you
I
know
know.
what? That's the rule. If you have, you should give.
For sure.
Right. So that's really cool.
I saw the St. Jude house that Fox 31 always gives away.
Yeah, this year it looks sick. It's like a balcony.
It's a block away from my house.
Are you kidding me?
So I drove by it, and they had all these arrows that said the St. Jude house, go here. And I was like, I might sign up for that.
You should.
This is where you buy like a ticket. It's like a raffle for like $100,
Yep.
and then somebody's going to win the house.
Yeah, how cool is that? And there's also prizes that come along the way depending on when you buy the ticket. The earlier you buy the ticket, the more you can get like a chance for a car or a dream vacation.
And I think that is awesome because that's how they fundraise and get their money. And I think that's brilliant. But I was thinking, why don't we just do that? Buy a house and then, like, furnish it and then sell tickets that way exceed the value of the house. And then somebody's going to win it.
Go fund yourself, Larry.
Yeah,
what are you going to do with that money?
Larry,
It's supposed to be charity.
Are you just trying to get another house to decorate?
Yeah, exactly.
I knew it.
And then I'd be like this.
He wants to stage a house, everybody.
And then I'd be like, look, I won. I won.
Look at that.
I get to keep it.
I'm such a big fan of the decorations.
I don't know why you don't. Please, like, me and Kayla are trying to sell our house. Come over and stage it.
Yeah.
And then we'll
I'm
end up staying there.
I'll walk in like Ortho from Beetlejuice. Wrong. These colors are all wrong.
With a can of spray paint.
Right. Sorry, Vivian. We're going with this color.
Oh, my God.
I just watched that movie. That's a great movie. Except
really.
the claymation's terrible.
It is
But it's
funny.
classic.
It is
Right.
crazy to look at movies now, like from what they used to be and how bad the graphics were.
Right.
Special effects? Yeah, really bad.
Effects is terrible.
Even somebody that you used to put on such a high pedestal as Danny Elfman, you're like, ooh, that's weird.
Danny Elfman, no, he does music.
I mean,
I was going to say, who's Danny Elfman?
Tim Burton.
Tim Burton.
Tim
yeah.
Burton. They're
Oh, yeah.
synonymous. They work together.
Oh, yeah, all the time. So, hey, Larry, I found the Rosetta Stone and the price on it.
Oh, nice. How
What is
much?
it?
Hi, I'm Michael Phelps. When traveling the world or competing with athletes from different countries, being able to communicate is a challenge. But thanks to Rosetta Stone, I can ask for pot in several different languages. Like, "As-tu déjà entendu de la marijuana?" That's French. Or, "Do posso ottenere un setter marijuana?" That was Italian. With Rosetta Stone, you'll also learn other phrases like "Haben sen en Taco Bell here?" Do you have a Taco Bell here? Usted tiene un Taco Bell aquí? Rosetta Stone, Michael Phelps' only remaining endorsement. And even we're thinking of dropping it.
Wow. I remember that.
Yeah,
Do you?
Yeah.
for
Blast from the
420.
past.
Yeah. We just saw on the TV about we can go into that. There's 3 of those, Mastis?
Yeah, Mastis
Right.
dogs.
They got stuck in the drain.
storm
How
drain.
did they get down there?
We'll do the story.
I know
yeah.
how they got down there.
What?
It was Pennywise.
Exactly. Those dogs will never be the same.
He's all, fetch it. Fetch it.
Yo, 303-728-3420. You can call us or text us, and it's all available in the app. And I swear the Android app was supposed to be updated today, so we will find out. But just give us a
Boy
give us
Who
a call or
Cried
text.
app.
You know what? Someone texted in there and was like, "You need to kill the IT guy." Blah blah blah.
He's all, I'm the IT guy.
I know, and it's out of my control. It's like asking me to control the weather. All I can know is say,
Hey, Greg
"It's
Dutra
snowing."
can control the weather. He just looks up at it and it gets better.
Yeah, with that weird porn mustache that
Oh
he
my
has
God, we
going
got
on
a tweet
this
to him
morning.
this morning. Look at that porn match.
Yeah.
He said it's because, all the dudes that had the No Shave Movember, today's December 1st.
And the TV station's very adamant. They're like, hey, we like your baby face. It researches.
Absolutely. So they were like, you better come in Friday with a clean baby face. So Dutra, being the guy that he is that doesn't go by anybody's rules, he put one on Facebook and was like, do you think I should just shave it down to the mustache on Friday?
And everybody was like, yes.
Yeah, and he got like 1,000 likes or something.
Right.
So he was like, so he was smart enough to know station's going to let me do this on Friday because I just got 1,000 people supporting me,
We have to buy him a T-shirt that says free mustache rides.
Totally.
Who wants fun? I do.
Blazin' It Radio, Larry Ulibarri, Kathie J, and Wiggins. It's Friday.
Friday.
I forgot it was Friday. Yeah, it's Friday. Yay!
I was all doing it in my head. I was all, is it for the 31st? Oh,
It is Friday.
Yeah.
Doesn't feel like it.
I know.
Not at all.
Right.
Not at all. So we saw that on Fox News about the 3 mastiffs that were rescued from the storm drain.
Oh, they're so cute.
Actually found the story on that, and these were some big dogs too.
3 dogs that got stuck in this drain right here. I immediately assumed that they must be little tiny dogs or puppies. Well, little is the last word that I use to describe these dogs or their personalities.
So this is Daisy. That one's Max. The red one's Oso. And that one's Oso.
Two brothers and a sister, mastiffs, each with very different personalities.
Max is like the shyest. He's the most calm. Oso, he's sort of the crazy one, like the typical little kid.
And then there's Daisy,
The skateboardist.
the smallest but oldest sister of these gentle giants. Best way to describe her? This picture.
Oh, she is so
Here's the thing. It would be like it would suck to have a dog that wants to get out.
Yes.
Because you get so nervous of losing your kid or your dog or whatever,
God.
and they're out. You just don't know. There's traffic. It's just
Immediately,
craziness.
I start going crazy when I realize they're not in the house and they're not in the yard.
Larry,
Right.
you've never had a dog like that?
No.
I grew up with a dog like
That
that.
always wanted to just run away.
She was abused by these people on the corner, and so when we would walk our dog Ziggy, she would follow us, and so she would come home, and so we would just let him play. Well, she ended up being just neurotic. Well, it worked because she was my mom's best friend when we ended up keeping her, and my mom's neurotic, so they were one and the same.
Here, I'll be neurotic if you be neurotic.
Yeah.
Okay.
Deal.
So you'd leave a window open, leave one sliding glass window open, she would jump through the screen.
What?
If you opened up a gate, they would just bolt out the gate. Yeah.
It's so funny because there's our neighbors next door to us. They have a cat, and they let her just do what she wants because she's a free reign cat. I guess.
I hate that.
I know, but
Right.
she's really sweet.
Okay.
And so, like,
You mean the butterscotch colored cat
correct.
lives next to you? Yeah,
Right,
she
right, right.
is sweet.
She's super sweet. Like, if you say hi, she'll come to you and you can pet her a little
And
bit.
I'd much rather be a loose cat in Stapleton than, I don't know, Sheridan and 40th.
Right, for sure.
Right.
So this little cat, she like seriously comes to the back door all the time, and Yoshi never sees that she's at the door, or he flip out. So she like comes to the door, and Chris is like, I go look at who's at the back door, and she's like looking in, wanting to hang out.
She wants to hang out. It's not like she's trying to
She's really
press
sweet.
Yoshi's
Right,
buttons.
no, but I've pet her enough that she
Okay.
kind of knows who we are.
Oh, cool.
So she's all, this is what your house looks like. Oh. You know what I mean? She's adorable, but I couldn't stand it if a dog was, like loose
Gone,
that often.
running
They're like,
all the
She's the
time?
one that likes to run away.
Oh my
Well,
God.
at least these dogs were big enough you could find
That's
them
true.
easily.
That's
This
true.
picture.
Oh, she is so mischievous.
Last Tuesday, the Drum family noticed the Jefferson County Sheriff's Department in their Littleton neighborhood showing quite a bit of interest in a storm drain.
I went to go check on my dogs, and I thought, no way, they're out again.
She immediately knows the dogs probably have something to do with the sheriff and the growing interest in that drain. That brings us back to Daisy.
She's the boss.
She's a leader running away. She's the oldest and the smartest, and she's escaped a lot.
On Tuesday, the Drum family thinks Daisy got out the yard with her little brothers and ventured into a culvert, but
So it was literally like a hole that was in the ground that just led to the sewer.
Yeah.
Which should have a cover on it.
Yeah,
Something,
you would
some
think
sort
so.
of
No
fence-
kids like
Fence coming down.
Yeah,
Right.
anything.
got a little lost. Thankfully, a neighbor heard their cries and called for help.
First off, I laughed because I thought, like, how could this have even happened?
The fire department was able to get the dogs out safely with no injuries, just in desperate need of a good bath.
They really are just the sweetest things, just mischievous.
Oh, they're so cute.
Wow. So why didn't you just turn around and go back the other? Like they
Right.
pulled them out from where they
must
were
have-
by the gutter.
Right, they
probably
must
been-
have not been able to get back the way they came in or
Oh
something
wow.
like that.
I don't know, but that's crazy. But what's to keep a human from actually going in there and
being Pennywise.
and being Pennywise and creepy? Yeah.
That's what I was
'Cause I
just
would
thinking.
die. Oh my god.
Come on in here, mastiffs.
I lost something the other day again down a drain, and there was no way I was going. I had to park my car next to a
Kathy's
drain
all
and step out by it, and I was like, "Oh my god, I can't."
Kathy's all, bye, vape pen.
Yeah, I know. I have to go to Larry's house.
Smoke it. Larry Ulibarri, Kathie J, and Wiggins. It's Friday.
Yes, it
Yay.
is.
And we have a shout out feature on our app. If you, this is funny because when Wiggins was showing me around the app, those little,
the menu is the
menu on the
options.
top
Three
left.
horizontal lines.
right, I would have never touched that because I'd have been like, well, clearly that's something important. I should not even touch that.
Larry drives me nuts because
I know he does.
Because something will literally pop up on the computer screen
Yeah.
where he's at and say, "Hi, we just want you to say yes to continue or no to not," and then he'll go. What do I
Because
say?
I think it's a trick.
Right.
What do I
So,
do?
and the thing is, I've clicked on the wrong
Should
things
I call
before.
Wiggins? Yes, you have.
And that's like not good.
No.
So I'm always like anything that's I didn't even know.
Any pop-up, you're calling
exactly,
Wiggins.
exactly. I
Like-
send a screenshot.
And I go, just read it. I go, do what it says.
I was like, I'm not going to let this computer boss me around. What if it's a virus? Hey, and speaking of viruses, do you guys get a lot of those in your instant messenger? where it's like, hey, is this you? And then it like tries to trick you into clicking something. Like a lot of people
Instant messages, like social media, like Facebook messages.
Yeah, like
yeah, but
I
it's
never
called
get
instant
it on,
messenger.
I don't-
That's the
on
messenger part.
Messenger.
That's
Yeah,
right.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
No.
You're thinking of AOL.
No.
Back in
Yeah,
the day.
Messenger.
Yeah.
Messenger, there's a lot of people that like it comes through and they're like, hey, is this you? And they want you to click on this. It's like a trick.
Yeah.
To get you. So what happens if you click on that? What's
Well,
the
then
trick?
Everything's about getting hacked, Larry.
Okay, so
Everything's about getting hacked. So those you shouldn't click on.
I know.
Yeah,
That's why I know.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, but don't call
Darn
me.
it.
He's all Larry Wiggs. What do I click on?
They want to know if it's me.
I just don't
They're
want to ruin
asking
anything.
for my security question. Should I give him the answer?
Yeah.
Anyway, on the app, when you click on the menu bar, you'll see a thing that says shout out, and you can actually record something, and then you just hit send.
Yeah.
And you can even preview it.
Yes, you get the shout out. You can call us. You can get access to the website. If you're trying to find information on the Christmas wish, it'll take you right to the concerts and events page. It's really all interactive. But this message came in, and it was through the shout out, and it's pretty awesome.
Oh, good.
Hey, this is Elaine up in Alaska. I just want to thank you for coming back on the air. We've been listening to
Real quick, Elaine, you're overmodulated.
Oh, shut up.
You need to back up from the mic a little bit.
up.
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, my God. From Alaska? This is so cool.
you for about 5 years, and my 12-year-old son wants to say something as well.
I want to be as funny as Larry when I grow up.
Love you guys.
Well, your career in broadcasting will never happen if you continue to overmodulate. You're too close to the mic.
You're going to
Shut
scare
up.
people away from even giving us a shout out because you're criticizing them.
I'm joking.
Oh, my God. That is so cool. I wonder what part of Alaska she lives in.
I'm probably where the bears are and the moose and the palins.
That's every part
Yeah,
of
it's
Alaska?
it's small.
Except for the Palin
yeah.
part.
Right.
Well, there's I track on the stats. I get them for the app and the
Right.
listens. We got listeners all over the world,
It's
especially
cool.
in the country. But I mean, what is crazy is like Chicago, Detroit, all these like.
awesome.
So
I know.
if you ever go out there,
So we have a list of people that are listening, and so we'd like to say konnichiwa, hola, nookie nook, and
I was like,
Oh, I
Nookie
thought you were
Nook.
gonna-
I thought you were gonna say.
I thought you were going to
I don't speak rainforest.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so, but we love you, Elaine. Thank you so much. That was a great shout out.
And you are funny little guy.
yeah, you are. You keep going. You
Yeah, you
keep
make
doing
people
things.
laugh. Make them laugh. Make them laugh. Whatever you do, make them laugh.
All right.
I wish
Always
you guys.
be entertaining.
I wish you guys could have seen Larry's dance just now.
It was like the everybody to the Michigan rag.
I-
Everybody to the Michigan rag.
No one, unless you watch us on Facebook Live and you're familiar with that, but no one gets to experience Larry when he does these
No,
voices
for real.
or these mannerisms, because it's not like he's just sitting there and he's out doing it. He gets into that role
He
like
does.
anyone else.
Yeah, it's called the gay overtake. it's happy feet.
I thought it was method acting.
It's both. It's both.
Okay, so since today is December 1st.
23 days till Christmas. Do you guys count Christmas Eve?
Yes, I count
So
Christmas
23
Eve.
days.
Right.
Or do you say 24?
20
To get to Christmas Day.
I don't know.
I'm telling
I
you,
don't know.
everybody should talk their family into doing the Christmas wish instead of the regular gift exchange.
Yeah.
Because knowing that I don't have to sweat it and try to figure out who wants what
You
and
just need a wish.
exactly.
Yeah.
What do you mean? Explain that, because
Okay, so
new people come
we're
on.
getting a bunch of Christmas wishes, and we do this every year where we answer as many letters as possible, and you can send one on behalf of somebody else to christmaswish@blazinhitradio.com. And so we decided as a family that we're going to not give each other gifts, and we're going to take some of these letters because we get so many, we can't answer all of them. So there'll be extras that you
really wanted to help, but we just couldn't.
Exactly.
We ran out of resources.
So now with our family, we're going to do that instead of exchange gifts.
So that's 3 more wishes that'll
Exactly.
get taken care of. That's really cool. So here's some little stats so y'all know for the holidays, okay?
We're all going to get fat. Is that what you're saying?
Fatter.
We're all going to get fatter.
Okay. The number one way to stay on budget through the holidays. What do you think it is? Through
Be
December.
a Jehovah's Witness.
Yeah, no lie.
No Christmas.
Yeah, they're smart. Very smart.
Bam! Drop the mic.
It's because you need to start by cashing in your spare change.
Oh, I thought you were going to be like 401k. Is it going to be like that?
Jesus, what are we buying? New survey found 77% of us think we're going to go over budget on the spending. And so it makes sense. The number one strategy by what are you going to do about overspending? The number one answer was they're going to cash in their change to help pay for the holidays. Do you guys have a change jar when you come home?
You know what? I do, but I mean, like, if I really wanted a bunch of change, my slot machine's full of quarters.
Oh, yeah,
so I
it really
could just
is.
Go grab a handful
you got the... Yeah, you got the change. You're the
all change.
Mac Daddy
it's all
change.
quarters.
Do you have something, Wig, when you come home?
No,
y'all?
I don't have cash. I just use my plastic.
We have a bowl. And then we throw it in there.
Right.
And then Chris once in a while has just a big Ziploc bag of change.
Right. So we've done it. We do it. We have
Ziploc?
Yeah, I mean, like,
you have
he
to empty
keeps
it to take it to the coin
So,
star.
like, every time I have change in my pocket, I put it in this bowl that when you first come in our door, the side door.
Okay.
And so I put all my change in there, and eventually there's a big bag full of change.
Right. And, $30, $40, it
Right,
can
and
really
then
help out.
Right, then you wrap that in a box, and you go, Merry Christmas, somebody. You got, like, $50 for change.
True. It's very heavy.
Right.
35% of us are going to cut back on entertainment expenses. So we're not going to go to movies or concerts to save the money. And 33% of us are going to eat out at restaurants a little less.
Yeah, you know what? Here's what you discover, like, when you finally start cooking, because I finally started cooking. Because I was like, my mom has all these amazing things, and her and my sister kill it in the kitchen.
No, they're the best. They should open a restaurant.
Right, and I was like, there's no reason that I shouldn't be able to make some of these things, so I started a little bit here and there, and so Chris and I both have, like, upped our kitchen game.
Chef Eula Barry.
And it's kind of cool because when you go to a restaurant, and let's say you go to a sports bar, and you're like, I'm going to have nachos.
Yeah.
Then you kind of have to bet, like, man, are they going to be good? Is there going to be enough chicken on there? Is it a good ratio?
Cheese, right.
When you make stuff at home, you can make it perfect every time.
That's true.
Just saying.
That's true. And 74% of us feel obligated to buy gifts for people that we don't really want to. True.
No.
Like, there's some...
Like, are you talking about, like, tipping your housekeepers?
Well, who knows? It could be family members.
Right.
Like, how good is Uncle so-and-so Ben to me, right?
That's when you just get something like generic. You get slippers.
Top recipients of these gifts are extended family, like aunts, uncles, nieces, nephews,
the
cousins.
people that you're going to be around that you have to get a gift because they're going to be there.
Exactly, and you never see them, so here's a gift for them.
I think it's the smart families do their gift exchange for the immediate family and then just hang with everybody else.
Yeah.
Unless if you're rich and you're like, now we have to go give gifts to everybody.
Yeah, and I hate that.
I've never seen that.
Well, I've never experienced that. That must I dream of it.
Right, I know, but I mean,
I've seen movies where it happens.
Right, exactly.
It looks fabulous.
Right. Oprah does it.
Oh, I was going to say Oprah does it.
Right.
Okay, and a new survey just came out, found the most common things that we will overspend our money on. Guess what the second...
Toilet paper.
Ourselves.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Most of us are going to overspend on something for ourselves.
So it's not bad then to get yourself something?
I would say no, because we're all doing it.
Yeah, but I usually don't have any money left over to get me something because I've finally got everybody else something, so I didn't sit there and budget for myself.
Larry, you are a crazy gift giver.
Yeah, you
go
in the
all
past.
out.
This year's going to be different.
Yeah, because we're doing Christmas Wish.
Right.
Yeah.
And so everybody else should lead by, I'm leading by example. Everybody should do Christmas Wish letters. If you need one, we'll hook you up. You know what I mean? Like, let's say somebody's listening right now and they're like, that's a really good idea what they're doing because the last thing everybody else needs is the same thing from Costco.
Right.
It's like everybody goes to Costco, so it's like, oh, I walked by those bowls that you gave me now.
No, for sure.
You know what I mean?
The hardest person to buy for is our significant other. I agree. Because, I'm like, here's your dress clothes for the year. Like, I hate it. I don't. He buys himself whatever he wants. I'm not going to go out and get
you don't like
I'm not going to go get him some sort of tool. He's researched it. He knows which one he wants to use.
So do you have any idea now what you're going to get, Mr. Fisher?
No, I have
What about the girls?
idea.
The girls?
Oh, they're already set.
I know the girls are done, but I don't even know what the girls are going to get him.
Because you have to get...
Yeah, like I have to get them something.
I never thought about
Daddy.
that.
Like I have no idea because I don't. Every year I don't even give him anything for his birthday because I have no idea what to get him. He gets everything himself.
You know what the trick is?
I mean, he's Mr. Efficient, for God's sake.
The thing is, for me to give Chris the best gift, would be like, I didn't buy anything, and he'd be like, good. because he knows that I shop a lot. So he'd rather not get a gift
those are like-
and know that I didn't shop.
Music to his
Exactly.
ears.
He's like, that's the best gift ever. You didn't go shopping?
Thank you, honey.
Done. Put a bow on that.
Merry Christmas to me.
Right.
And our bills.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know what I'm gonna. Figuring Christmas gifts out is always so hard because I never really had a giant family before. So now that
Now you have a huge family. Now it's going to be expensive. You should do Christmas wish.
Yeah.
Talk the whole family into
talk
it.
all of them into it.
They would do that.
Yeah,
They're generous
totally.
like that. Yeah.
Well, and so some people are in a position like, we've had Broncos call us and say, hey, give us some wishes.
Yeah, yeah.
And so they were able to give their family a bunch of presents and other people.
Exactly. That's really cool. But the number one gift out there that we want to get this year that everyone wants to get.
Gift?
The
Ooh,
it
let me guess.
gift.
Let me guess.
For everybody.
Okay,
It doesn't
hold on.
matter what age, what race,
I know what
culture.
it is. I know what it is. An Olive Garden gift card.
You're a dork.
No?
Oh, Mama Olive and her recipes. Nope. The number one gift,
iPhone.
gift card.
Oh, okay.
So we can decide what we want to spend it on.
That's
And
what-
some
that's
of
all
us will
anyone
re-gift
does.
it,
Yeah.
but it's still technically our money.
I always see on the news every year they say, and look at the restrictions on those gift cards because,
Oh.
like, some people, if you don't use it at a certain amount of time,
Certain
it goes
time.
away.
I've lost some of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, for
What
real.
a scam, though, right?
Total
I know.
scam.
Like that's totally like
Like-
okay, you pay for it, they still make the money off of it. You can't use it now. They didn't lose merchandise.
Right. And think of all the people that got gift cards that just misplaced them or
Yes.
forgot about them.
It happens
and so,
all the time.
Right. So that's just pure profit.
Yeah, no, totally. They make billions off of
We-
our laziness.
And that's why coming this year, the Blazin' Hit Radio gift card.
Yeah.
In every denomination.
303-728-3420. You can call us or text us on the YOLO Rum line. You guys should make the leftover Christmas wish stories available somewhere so others can do what Larry is doing and chip in.
We've definitely done that before. We've had
Yeah,
listeners.
we do it in the past,
Right,
every year.
call. We have so many letters that we would gladly give them to people. Part of the process, though, is since the people entrusted the letter with us, we have to make sure that they're cool, and so we usually facilitate. So you don't just pull up to their house.
Right.
We usually make sure that it's okay with them and everything's cool, and so sometimes we even have the people drop the stuff off to us, and we get it to the wish.
Exactly. But so if you're one of those people, you just have to reach out to us. And
Yep.
when
Yeah.
we get through the wishes, I gladly send them on. We had a whole company adopt
Right.
20 wishes
Yeah,
one
it was
year.
amazing.
Totally.
Well, and so we just set it up yesterday. Today's the official launch of the Blazin' Hit Radio Christmas Wish. And so we have the GoFundMe set up. So you can actually, if you don't want to wish or you still want to help, you can go to our blazinhitradio.com and donate there.
That's perfect. The more people that donate there, the more wishes we grant. So then you'll hear them on the air.
Yes, absolutely. So this one says, my husband's the easiest to shop for. He gives me a list. I will take it, and I stick to the list. Perfect, because I'm
get exactly
telling
what you want.
exactly what I want.
I know, but there's no surprise.
I know, but
you get what
still,
you want.
You're getting
I
what you
agree.
want. 54% of us get a gift that we don't want, and we re-gift it, so why not get what you really want?
I like getting practical gifts.
Yes.
Like, I love getting just a big thing of shampoo. Like, I'd like
I'm a Costco size?
Yeah,
or
exactly.
what?
Like, look at this giant
Look
thing
at
of
that.
Axe body
It will
wash.
last you for at least 3 months.
I'm sorry, I've gotten razors before as a gift.
Yes.
And like the big thing at Costco.
Like from Chris?
Yeah,
Okay.
razors are expensive.
No, totally.
And so I'm like, I have razors forever.
Okay, but technically he's giving himself a gift by
I
giving
know.
you a gift.
And when we
Man,
buy clothes, we also buy ourselves clothes.
Man.
And because, we can share clothes.
Gay couples, I'm so jelly.
Gay.
Right? I mean, you go on vacation, you technically need one bag because it's all the same clothes that both of you can share.
Gay. It's what's for dinner.
Yeah, I guess so, right?
And Chris and I wear the same shoe size, too.
I know, it's real easy.
These are
That's
his
why
shoes.
Larry has different shoes every day.
Every
because
day.
He's trading with a whole
These
other
are
person.
Chris's.
Yeah.
I hate you.
We had talked also about how, Larry, you said you save change. Chris saves his change, and then you cash it in at the end.
Yeah.
This text says, I save my change through the year. I keep the quarters and dimes and give my son the pennies and nickels for his savings. I cashed my change in and ended up with $140 that got my Christmas shopping started.
Wow, they
Nice.
really are a change saver because, I collect all year and it's like 60 at the end of the year.
Make that change.
Make that change, everybody.
Change.
303-728-3420. YOLO Rum phone line. You can call us right now in the Green Solution Studio.
I'm going to make some change for once in my life.
Swimming
Pool full of liquor, then you dive in.
Full of liquor and you dive.
Yeah, unfortunately, it was Jägermeister, so it was disgusting.
Yeah, nobody wanted to dive in it.
Right. It was tequila. Your eyes would be like, I can't see. drink.
I mean, I'd be willing to try it, right? Somebody's got to have a $2 pair of goggles.
Kathy wants to snorkel in margarita.
Come on. Who hasn't dreamt of that?
No, dude, when I was a kid, I used to love my grandma's spaghetti sauce so much. I was like, I wish I could shrink down and just dive into a bowl of it.
Are you okay? That's weird. It's probably like quicksand. You'd probably definitely die.
It's the best spaghetti sauce in the world. My mom knows how to make it. It's just like, I mean, my mom's sauce is just amazing.
There's not enough traditions that are continuing to be passed down.
You know why?
Right.
Because of that fancy Olive Garden place that everybody goes.
Have you tried their sauce? Okay, so we have to talk about the bad customer service at the Burger King that happened.
Right, like somebody went off. Somebody's always yelling about their order being wrong.
Always yelling about something. And then employees, they're just as stressed out, so they're cracking and yelling
They're yelling back.
Yep.
Yeah, this video is online of a woman at a Burger King in Ohio trying to complain to the manager about poor service at the drive-thru. But the manager was the only one working the drive-thru and wasn't having it. So she starts swearing like crazy and tells the customer to get out.
Okay, here we go.
No, not yet.
Not yet.
The views of Burger King don't necessarily represent that of those of this woman.
We were ordering food. We were ordering food. Yeah, and who talks like that in the restaurant? Who talks like that? So we have a time limit to get food? And we have a time limit to get food? Call them. No, I'm calling them myself. I don't give a get the out of my select. Yeah, this is going live everywhere, I'm telling you, because that's bullshit. I don't care, I asked you to leave. We have kids, and we wanted to find out what they wanted to eat, and I'm pregnant. So we got a time limit to get food? So go somewhere else to get your food. You're pathetic. Yes, I am. So we can't have your name? Have a nice day, man.
Have a nice day.
Yeah, but here's the thing. When it goes viral like this, eventually somebody has to be like, official Burger King response.
Yeah, you know what? You know what it is? I'll tell you. She was the manager of a fast food place. You always have people that aren't really dedicated employees at fast food place. Something tells me if she was the only one, it was because people called in, and you're the manager, so you have to pick up the slack and do everybody's job. These people were taking too long trying to get their order at the drive-thru. She didn't have time because she's running the whole restaurant by herself, and she snapped.
Those views are Kathy, who used to work at Arby's.
Exactly, that works at a fast food restaurant.
No, you do see that. It does get frustrating. When I worked at Waterworld, I was a supervisor in the concession area.
I never had any issues like that at the hot dog stand.
At the wiener, what was it called?
Wiener wagons.
Wiener wagon. I just wish like you could do a commercial.
I can tell you this: when you work at the Wiener wagons for a long time, I would imagine at Arby's too. You eat the food and it's free. It was free for us.
Yeah.
And so then you get tired of eating hot dogs. So then you're like, I'm going to eat a bun with just chili in it.
Okay.
You know, and then you get
start
inventive.
experimenting with the
right,
food.
exactly.
Right,
like,
totally.
Now I'm going to have a bun with just sauerkraut and mustard in it.
Get your wieners. Larry has your wieners.
I liked working with the public.
Yeah, I did too, but I totally understand the stress of it.
Yeah.
Not everybody is a good customer, you know, and everything is just one thing after another through the night. And then once you've yelled, and once you realize it's being recorded, you know what? Double down and go all out because you're going to
get fired anyway.
That's with any fight. With any fight.
Exactly.
You're like,
go big.
All right.
Here we go.
Go big.
I've, in a matter of 5 seconds, I've blown my lid and my temper's out. And now I'm just going to have to keep going this direction.
One of my jokes at the Weenie Wagon was, it was obviously outside at Heritage Square. So I was like, would you like that for here to go? And they'd be like, huh? Because
there's nowhere to stay there.
Right.
Oh, Larry, you're so funny.
Oh, I know.
Yeah,
Stop.
you just spring stuff on people.
Larry would just be thinking of jokes as he's sitting at the Wiener wagon.
Right.
Exactly. It would be a joke for every customer. Everybody gets one.
Wieners into buns all day.
You know
That's
what?
he's doing.
I don't want to limit myself. I also made cotton candy and popcorn and nachos.
Totally forgot about that.
I made cotton candy so well that I was always put on cotton candy for 4th of July. Oh. And there was a line all the way out to the parking lot.
No, and it was all on your shoulders?
And we had to turn the machine down so it would cool down, and people still had to wait. But I made them so big, and the key to making good cotton candy.
So much inventory.
Listen, the key to making good cotton candy is you let the machine go, you pour the sugar in, and then you turn it on so it starts to build up.
Yes.
Okay.
So that first build up, you take the cone and then you break it. That you make a little spot.
Okay.
And then you start to roll that first layer.
Yeah, right.
And then if you don't put a lot of pressure on it, you can only have to go around a couple times and make it look huge. That's why I was popular.
Right.
That's
why I was popular.
It wasn't an extra amount. You just were good
exactly,
at making it look like an extra
customer thought they were getting a big one, right?
Right.
So,
Okay. Got it.
Yeah, it was awesome.
A big one.
A big cotton candy.
Yeah,
How
Larry's
big
giving
was
him a
Marge
big
Simpson
one.
hair big.
They would stand in line
right.
all day for Larry's big one.
And my arm would be like at the end of the night, it'd be so muscular and huge because I was just using my right arm, and my eyelashes would be covered in pink cotton candy.
Really
So I'd be
put
blinking,
yourself
and
in
all
it.
I saw was just pink.
Oh my God! Look at the GIF that just came in.
Ask me about my
Ask me about my wiener.
As Jonah Hill in that hot dog outfit.
If I thought a guy was hot that came to the wiener wagon, I'd put 2 hot dogs in 1 bun and go, does that look natural to you?
Wow. So
Okay.
when you saw Sausage Party, the movie,
That was hilarious.
now did you have like wiener wagon flashbacks to where
Right.
you were just
I was like, yeah, I'm very familiar with the wiener and the buns. I never knew they talked.
yeah.
But yeah, that's how I used to slip them in the bun, like they did in the movie.
We tried to warn people. Sausage Party is not for kids.
Oh my
right?
God! I would
And-
imagine
and-
that it's going to eventually be on like HBO and
Well,
stuff.
it's on Netflix.
Oh, is that
You can watch it on Netflix right now.
Yeah.
He's right. Soon it'll be just on
HBO and some
or
kids.
something.
Yeah, that could never make it onto like Comedy Central. They'd have
No
to
way.
edit the
Oh
whole
my God.
movie.
So over the summer, I ran into a mom, and she was like, "Oh yeah, I totally, I bought my daughter the Sausage Party, and
Oh,
she's
God.
just, and
You're
she's,
like, it's not a
she's
Pixar film.
She's up there all day, and she loves that movie. That's her favorite one. And I was like, "How old's your daughter?" And she was like 9, and I was like, "How have you sat down to watch the movie with her?" And she was like, "No, I'm so busy. I buy these movies, and this is what she's doing this summer."
Wow.
And I
That's
was like,
funny.
"You need to sit down with her.
Yeah.
That was one of the dirtiest movies I've ever seen."
Right.
And she was like, "What?"
Yeah, she's like, that's mommy's movie.
I loved the douche. He's all I'm pumping up, bro.
Right.
Bumping up, bro. All of it. I'm sorry, but my favorite to this was the corn. I mean, they come out looking the exact
Right.
Yeah.
the joke about that was
Yeah,
hilarious.
that was
Great.
hilarious.
You know that they pretty up vegetables. Did you, I'm sure you know that,
yeah.
Larry, from your whole health. Is that there's a whole bunch of vegetables that don't make it to the store, not because they're bad, not because you can't
Right.
eat them, but just because they're different shape than what you're used to.
Right, or the color didn't come in as bright red
Yeah.
as
So
you were
can
hoping
actually,
for an
there's
apple.
a service that gives you these groceries at a cheaper
Discount,
price
right.
because they're like that.
Oh, that's smart.
Yeah.
So irregular groceries. It's like the scratch and dent sale.
Kind of, because I need my broccoli to be full and luscious and be a beautiful floret.
Not like,
right?
like
Not this
every
broccoli
which
that
way.
might have gotten
Right.
a little dented, but still is the same nutrients and
Right,
taste.
right, for sure. That's
Yeah.
smart.
We are spoiled.
It's
Yeah.
called the Ugly Vegetable Store. And misshapen fruit.
People barely get the cute vegetables.
It's
so
like, I got a square banana. I've never seen this.
never seen it ever.
Right.
So we were talking about Harvey Weinstein, all this sexual harassment
yeah,
stuff,
yeah.
and before we get into what happened to my wife, I'm curious about, have you, like, I know you've worked with Larry for years, but you also had a bunch of other jobs.
Do you think I've actually sexually harassed Kathie? Is that what you're saying?
You have.
I believe,
Yeah, right.
everyone in this room.
Okay,
at one
first
point.
of all, I'd like to say this. Kathy slept with my husband,
Yeah.
and she's trying to sleep with me. It was like she thought, oh, I could have both the whole couple.
Yeah, no.
And for years.
For
For years,
years.
people thought we were a couple
Yes.
because she was trying to make it happen.
Oh, my
She's trying to
God.
bring it into fruition.
For
She's
years, people really did think that.
Right,
I
like,
know.
like if Kathy and I had a baby, it would just be a laugh. We'd give birth to a joke.
Wiener wagon.
Actually, it might be one of my daughters because there was a picture of you holding, or Avery when she
Yeah.
was really young.
And my baby picture looks like Avery. Right.
People were like, "I knew it. It's Larry.
Exactly.
Larry is Mr. Efficient."
Right. Some people did think that.
Yeah, but no, I mean, for real, Wiggins, and I've had a lot of careers that have been male oriented because I didn't want to do
She was
the
a
normal.
pirate. She was a cowboy. She was a base jumper.
Like the warehouse and the driver for UPS that
right,
tends
right.
to be more male.
Right.
Even although I know there's lots of females doing their thing. I'm not saying anything. I
Yeah,
love you girls.
right. Kathy used
Construction,
to-
road construction.
When Kathy worked UPS,
Yeah.
She'd get home and it'd be like, her arms are getting weary, I'm getting tired.
I
On the
hated
Queen
it.
Bus Bridge tonight.
I hated it.
Oh.
You went
And
in.
all I
yeah.
want to do,
I was in.
cash my check and come right home to you.
My route was in Highlands Ranch.
Yeah, Kathy would call us and she'd be like, it'd be so late. Oh, yeah, there it is.
My back is getting tight.
Okay, this is Kevin.
I'm sitting here in
Kevin
traffic
from King of
Yeah,
Queens.
yeah, yeah.
Okay,
Bridge
because he's
tonight.
a UPS worker.
Right.
I don't care.
Kathy wore the same
All I
outfit.
wanna
Do. And you also hopped on a girl like he did in that opening, and then your ice cream fell off.
Right.
But no.
The broadcasting.
Kathy called us, and she was like, she didn't get the job at the radio station.
Yeah.
And she goes,
I was so sad.
I go, we're like, what are you doing? Do you want to come over? And she's like, I'm still in Castle Rock. I can't find my last two places.
I couldn't, and it gets dark, in the winter.
I was like, somebody's going to be afraid that somebody's delivering a package at 9 p.m.
You weren't allowed to come back unless your truck was empty.
Whoa.
And so
that's why your arms were getting weary.
Dude,
your back was getting tight.
I slept on the metal shelves in the back of the UPS truck because what am I going to do on my half-hour break,
I know what you did on your half-hour break.
So I would pull into that church off of University in Highlands Ranch, sit in the parking lot, and sleep for a half hour.
I remember that there was a driver named Reggie, and you guys would park together.
No.
And then Kathy was like, what has Brown done for you?
Because I know what it's going to do for me.
And then the trucks were rocking. That's why the packages weren't getting delivered.
We're rearranging the packages. We'll be right out. I did landscaping.
So did you get hit on a lot? Or were people inappropriate? Or you're kind of a strong chick. Like, you don't seem to cower.
Yeah, I think it's just because, But no, even construction, like, there would be jokes. And I would go with the jokes, or I would throw the jokes back and stuff, because you kind of want to have camaraderie as long as it doesn't cross the line.
Right, because there's a lot of flirting that goes on at work. I mean,
Absolutely.
There used to be,
Teasing.
but now it's all been ruined. Thanks, Harvey Weinstein.
But I do remember the main dude of one of the teams. I'm missing the terms of him,
okay.
But the head supervisor of one of the guys on the road crew. So I think they were part of the paver crew.
Okay.
He was the one the old fart that drove around in the truck all day
while
everyone else was doing the work.
Okay.
So he definitely crossed the line with me. I don't even remember what he said, but I remember it was so bad that I told my male supervisor, and the dude got removed from the job.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, because they weren't going to put up with it.
They're not going to, especially now.
And I was the low person on the totem pole. I was only there working this
I know,
one
but you have big boobs.
job. Right,
Yeah.
and they looked good in that muscle shirt with the construction vest on
Big
it.
old biggies.
I mean, I want you to know, I got some good dates when I was flagging on Lincoln. Isn't that ridiculous?
That just sounds dirty. I got some good dates when I was flagging on Lincoln. Kathy was the flag hag.
I remember one time there was two brothers came driving down, and it was a one lane. All the traffic was down in one lane, so cars were going by kind of slow. And
so Kathy pulled the whole stop, make them stop.
So anyways, when they got up on me, so it was my girlfriend Becca, and she's a smaller version of me. I'd say she's like 2 sizes smaller than me, but good curves. Right. So the passenger was like, "Oh, that's I like that kind of girl." And then they got up closer to me, and he looked right at me. He was like, "That's my kind of girl." And I was like,
and then Kathy goes, "You find me beautiful." Feel as
I know. And I thought he was cute too, so I was like, well, why don't you turn left on center and I'll see you in a second.
This is how we do it.
That turned out to be the guy that I did date.
She saw that is Avery's father.
No. He's the one that bought me the engagement ring at the pawn shop.
Right.
And that I said no to, and he threw it in Webster Lake in North Glen.
It was only $25.
I know, totally. I was like, well, obviously that thing wasn't worth much if you could throw it in a lake.
Oh, yes?
Yeah, there you go.
This is around the time.
Where are we going? Chez Artiste? Okay, I'll see you there.
He saw, wear your Timberlands. Yeah, what?
I look cute. Okay,
Yeah, you did.
need to shut up.
So waving her flag to the beat.
And Kathy has a flannel tied around her waist, her
It's
tank
not
top.
a flag, it's a sign.
Oh,
Okay,
yes.
it's a hard metal sign.
That stops black men dead in their tracks.
Yeah, she hears someone coming down bass, and she's all,
Stop!
Right. She's all, I got your off-ramp right here.
But to go back to what you asked, Wiggins,
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
I think there
there's
is
no laughing matter.
But you obviously know when something crosses a line. Like, that comedian...
Right.
He crossed the line. He trapped me in that hotel room.
God, he literally
C.K.
put
Lewis,
his,
yeah.
he literally put his body on top of you.
Totally. So that's a bad incident. Like, in your gut, this is wrong, because I do joke a lot. But you know when something has just crossed the line.
Right.
Totally.
So it happened to Kayla. Yeah. So it literally like a few hours ago.
That's crazy.
So she's waiting for a flight, and she is so funny. I said this before, how she'll take pictures of things that are happening around her and make it look like she's texting, but then she'll send me the picture.
Oh, yeah, Chris does that too, like a funny something or other.
Yeah, so she shows the captain and this woman who's been just the B word to her, right?
On the flight,
on the trip. No, they're waiting for a flight, so they're just standing there.
Okay.
And so they're all like looking at the phone, and she goes, ew, like flirting and stuff, right?
Okay.
So this woman's been an entire bitch or whatever, and then she goes to the pilot, it's just being like that.
All turns it on. Yeah, it's like, don't be nice just because you think,
Right, I hate
be nice all the time.
So that describes that woman.
Okay,
right?
I got
So anyway, the pilot's sitting on her. Well, then the pilot gets up to walk by, and as he walks by Kayla, her legs are kind of. It's an airport. You're sitting across from another seat.
Totally.
You can't walk through. He says, let me find this. He says, normally I would rub your leg and say, excuse me, beautiful, but there's cameras around and I don't know you, so you might report me.
See, he's filling her out.
Yeah.
He's filling her out. So if she's like, stop.
Is she going to be the hoochie like the other girl?
Yeah,
right.
Well, so then after that happened, I was like, because at that point I'm mad. I'm like, write down the time.
Wiggins.
I was all, you get that dude's name.
Hey,
Nobody touches my candy.
Hey, listen. If you're going to do this for every guy that thinks you're hot,
You're in trouble.
you're going to be busy
You're
all day long. Wiggins is going to be like, what? What city is that? I'll be right there. What flight was that? I'll meet you at the airport. And he's standing at the gate. Which one is he? Is it this guy?
For real.
Right. Wiggins is going to be like, never at work.
Okay, so
Hey
then.
guys, I'd be there, but right now I'm at the airport.
Somebody look at my wife again. That's what happens when you marry a pretty lady.
It's true.
So so at that point, like you said, Larry, I'm getting all mad. I'm about
His
to
arms are getting weird. His back is getting tight.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
I'm about to get on down and fly out there, and then she says that the girl who's been a bitch to her, the girl has just looked at me all annoyed from her phone when he walked by, like I was stealing her thunder.
Oh my God.
Or her
Thunder
man.
from down under.
See, and there's those stupid women. Like, there are women out there that don't have their own integrity, so the only way they know how to survive in life is to play a game and use guys or use whoever's around them, and I can't stand those freaking
right, some women's self-esteem depends on getting a little flirt.
Exactly.
And so now that we're all PC, no, those girls are just going to be so sad.
They're going to crash.
Like, there's like, the only attention I got was from the pervs at work, and now they're not saying anything. I'm just going to go eat a whole cake.
But you know what? Back to what you were saying, though, there is like, that's the new kind of testing the waters, is to bring up the allegation.
Yes.
Oh yeah,
exactly.
like see if you're one of those people. Yeah, he was soft selling her.
That's exactly what I said. I was like, he's looking for
you.
people to laugh. He's looking to see if you're just going to be like, oh yeah, how stupid or something. I told her, I was like, when you see him, I was like, you walk by him and say, hey, Captain Weinstein.
Yeah.
You let him know. You make a joke of your own. That's like, okay, you want to joke and test the waters? I'm going to joke right back and let you know, not cool.
It's so funny you say that, because my girlfriend is an accountant and she works with a bunch of men. And just last week, she told me that one of the guys came in and he was talking to her, and he said something about her blouse, and that, you know, that it looked really nice, and that you know, they were perky, you know, and she goes, and she, instead of taking the joke, she looked right at him and she was like, wow, are we about to have a Weinstein situation on our hands? So by her saying back, I'm fully aware of this, and you better stop. You know, like, she said it with the authority, and throwing in the Weinstein is not a joke.
Yeah.
The dude was like, I'm sorry, you mistook what I was saying, and he walked off.
What do you think those guys are going to do? Because they have no, like, they can't get girls out. Like, that was their way to get
exactly. There's going to be a huge after effect of all of this, and now pretty girls aren't going to be hired on their looks. So now ugly girls have a shot.
It's like Larry said earlier, movies are going to have ugly actors and actresses.
Exactly, because now they can't sleep their way to the top. They're going to have to act their way to the top. Yeah. And now guys can't. They can't have the. It can't appear that they are only hiring hot chicks.
Right.
They're like, now I have to hire Ruth.
Yeah.
And she's like, I am Ruth. Is all you want to hire me? Tale has told its time.
Hey, maybe that's about time, okay?
Yeah, it's time for the ugly people to unite.
You know what it's like not to get hit on.
Exactly.
How's it feel? You got to get your self-esteem by building it on your own.
Yeah, no one's going to give you attention.
You know, there's a bunch of ugly flight attendants that are like, I'd kill for the captain to say that to me. He's like, nice Crocs, Miriam.
On the text line, 303-728-3420, I had an old coworker that had an interview, and she straight up said, I may have to blank him to get the job. What the blank?
So she thought, now I'm hired.
Yeah, and pregnant.
I got the job.
Give a job, get a job.
This one says, when I took a picture with Larry and Kathie, Larry told, be careful, Kathie's going to put her boobs on you. And she did, but I didn't mind.
Yeah, it's total assault. Like when Kathie and I do like a video together on a selfie stick or something like that, I always feel the boob is like, hey, Larry, what's up? Kathie's boob. And it's like all just like digging into me.
So we meet again.
Right. He's like, Kathie knew we'd meet again.
Larry's starting to sweat. He's all very
My arms
uncomfortable.
are getting weary. My back is getting tight.
Oh
you know what?
Oh my God. Shut up. My boobs have a mind of their own.
Exactly. Two personalities.
like
One's
a big-
Republican, one's Democrat. You figure that out. One of Kathie's boobs voted for Trump. One
True,
did not.
because one is right and one is left.
Right,
Yay.
exactly. And when you go into the booth to vote, one hit a button and the other hit the other button.
And Kathie, right in the middle, was independent.
Right.
Oh, yes.
Right.
Well, it's going. There we go.
Okay, hit it.
All right.
Although technically what we just said, was that sexual harassment?
You bet, sugar boobs.
Shut up, Mel Gibson.
Sorry. Got a little verklempt right there.
Blazin' it.
Larry Ulrich, Kathie J. Wiggins. Happy Friday, everybody.
Happy Friday, everybody. And we have to say hello to our listeners that came and hung out with us last night at the Alamo Draft House at Sloan's Lake. It was awesome.
Yeah, we had a bunch of people come out, and everybody is like super sweet, and everybody got to try the Blazin' Hit Radio drink. And
Did you run into more people that didn't even know you had your app out yet? Because
Yes.
it seems like there's so many, and it's like
we
you
run
gotta
into
spread the
people
word.
all day
Yeah.
that are like, and it's so funny because some people like on social media, they're like, "You're back." I'm like, I've only posted 1 million times about it.
I know. Me too.
So I think people,
blockage.
or it depends on how much you're paying attention to your feed. Sometimes you get so busy, you just see what's there that day, that moment. you know?
Right. So our old intern Travis showed up last night.
Love him.
And he's kind of like he has a lot of people on his contact list.
Right.
So when he got there, he sent it out, and people that lived around the Alamo Draft House showed up, and they were like, I didn't know where you went. So I got this message from Travis of all people, and here I am. I'm going to have a drink with you, and they downloaded the app, but it was kind of crazy.
Right. People saw us on Facebook the other day, and they were on one of our live videos, and they're like, just found out that you guys are back.
Yeah.
It's like, wow, crazy.
So please keep telling everybody that there's a way to laugh again in the morning and get your day started right.
The word's getting out. Everybody, the secret's out.
Yeah, the secret's out, and we're so blessed and happy that you guys are supporting us.
And we'll be doing another Alamo Draft House happy hour in case you missed that one. So we'd like to have you come out and see what we look like drunk.
I think I'm cute. I'd like to go with I think I'm cute because I'm drunk.
The more you drink, the cuter you
I
get.
am.
Right.
God bless you. Yep.
So
I just give a shout out to Aunt Agnes. She told me, she's like, when I was younger, she's like, I'd go drinking with your Uncle Pete. She's like, and then I'd go have a beer, and I'd go to the bathroom, and I'd be like, you look pretty good. And she's like, I'd go have another couple beers, and she's like, go to the bathroom. She's like, wow, you look really good.
Alcohol looks good on you.
Right. She was, drunk goggling herself.
Right.
Yeah, I love that. Shout out, Aunt Agnes.
Yes. So, but one of the reasons why we wanted to start Blazin' Hit Radio was because the technology is changing, and terrestrial radio is kind of a slowly dying breed. Everyone just goes to their phone because phones are getting better, and you get your app and everything, right?
Right, and then you get you get more of us, and we can talk at longer periods, because before we were like, all right, let's try to get this little story in, and we have like 3 minutes.
Right, totally.
Right, and so sometimes you can't, the conversation can't breathe, and so especially like if we have a comedian in who's hilarious.
Right, we give him 3 minutes. I
Right.
hated that. I hated it.
No, now we can give a comedian as long as they want, because we're just all laughing and having fun.
Right, and it evolves into finding out, like Greg Props that was here, Props. Remember,
I think it's Proops, man.
Proops.
It's Proops.
No, because you called him the Proop Meister,
and he said no.
He started laughing.
Well, no, I said poop.
Okay.
I did say poop.
Right.
See, on our own radio station, we could say that word.
Right, but we would never have found out all those cool stories he had from Star Wars and stuff if we didn't have the time to talk to him.
Exactly. So yeah.
And Wiggins is our little tech guy, and he would always try to tell the powers that be at the radio stations, we need to be doing this, and they didn't want to listen, so we're doing this.
Right. They definitely didn't want to listen because they were like, we don't have the budget for that.
True.
And so we would buy our own computers, our own software, our own editing things, just to keep up.
It was getting old. So
Yeah.
God bless the Green Solution for
Yes.
helping us have this awesome radio station.
Oh yeah, and their help with the Christmas wish.
Yeah, too.
Right.
So this is why I'm bringing up the whole technology thing. Whew. Wiggins, Larry, how many years ago do you think the first text message went out?
That's a good question.
I
The first text message?
I was
Text
downloading my
message.
text message from Sprint in 2002.
Okay.
So I want to say like 2000.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's close.
17, 18 years ago, maybe?
Wait a minute, hold on. Because the thing is, I remember, like, they had two separate devices. If you wanted to text somebody, you'd have to have a two-way. So then would that...
Oh, that's right.
That would have been... Gosh, I don't remember. I'm terrible at remembering
Okay.
stuff. All right,
Yeah,
I'm going to
you
just
are.
guess.
Okay.
I'm going to do the classic Price is Right and say $1.
Okay.
$1.
Okay, well, then
and I'm
we-
assuming Wiggins went over.
Wiggins wins. He's closer to it.
Okay, fine.
Yay, Wiggins! The first text message was sent 25 years ago this Sunday.
Whoa.
25 years it took for all of us.
So what year was that?
95% of us to be using text messaging.
Was it sup? That's the first text. Sup.
What do you think the first text
Oh, yeah, now we
message
should
was?
guess. Oh, you know what? Don't tell us.
But let me tell you, it was on December 3rd because it'll be this Sunday,
Okay.
1992.
Here's what we're going to do.
Okay.
People are going to text us what they think the first text was.
Okay.
Okay.
So
Okay.
303-728-3420, that's our number.
Yeah, or access it using the menu option in the app.
Okay.
Right. That's our YOLO rum line, 303-728-3420. Text us what you think the first text was, and I'm going to do it too.
And I will tell you who the texts were between, so maybe that'll help
Oh,
you try to
okay,
figure
good,
out
good,
what
good.
the text message was.
Okay.
It was from an engineer in England. He sent a message from his computer to his friend's cell phone. What do you think the first text message ever was 25 years ago this Sunday?
Okay, so say that again. They were...
An engineer in England sent a message from his computer to his friend's cell phone. December 3rd, 1992. 25 years ago this Sunday. What was the first text message
I know
ever
what it was.
sent? Okay.
I'm not going to say... Well,
Are you guys really texting in now
I know,
to our
but,
text line?
I know,
I love
but
this.
Kathy, don't say because we want people to still
Oh, no,
guess.
totally.
Okay,
And don't Google it, everybody. Just play along. We love your personalities. Tell us what you think.
Right, unless if you already saw the story, then don't text.
Right. Say
okay.
something funny. We like those.
Okay, so I sent mine.
Okay, here we go.
Okay, here we go.
Text was test.
See, I thought it was test, right?
Okay, Johnson pick.
Yeah, that was me. I sent that.
That's you. Actually, that's another number, Larry. Somebody else said it.
Yes,
Oh, yeah,
else
I
did
thought
that.
that's
Okay.
hilarious.
Another one of the listeners thought it was
Great minds think
a
alike.
junk pic.
I like you, junk pick guy. Because that's what I thought it was.
It was a text message. They couldn't do picture messages until
Right.
like 2007.
I know,
no
but can you
way.
imagine back in the olden times, like you would get a scroll and you'd unfold it and it'd be a charcoal
hand
drawing
drawing.
of
Yeah,
a
right.
man's junk.
No,
Yeah,
I don't know
all
what
right.
you're talking about.
And then it's like swipe left or right.
Cheerio, mate.
Is what they thought the first text message was?
Bring home some beer.
Okay.
There's Larry's
Yeah.
Johnson pick.
It's not a real Johnson pick.
He said, "Hello, mate.
Hello, mate. Hi, governor.
Okay.
Are you getting this?"
That's a good guess, Andrew. Are
Right.
you getting this? Right. Because that's kind of like test.
Right. You know what I think it was? I honestly think it was that 20% off Bed Bath & Beyond. I get that all the time.
The coupon?
Yeah.
You can hit stop at any time.
I know, but and then the one time I was there and I bought a bunch of stuff and I was like,
You didn't use it.
I couldn't find it. And the girl's like,
use
I
it.
can't help you. And I
Are
was
you
like,
kidding me? These things are floating around.
Right,
They're
exactly.
everywhere. You
Oh my
can't.
God.
My cousin has 80 of them.
I'll be right back.
And then I tried to call and then of course I couldn't get it, so I didn't get the discount. And then of course, a couple days later,
Yeah, there it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. On your phone and in your mailbox.
right.
This one says 304. Oh, okay.
Does that say something upside
When
down?
it's upside down, it's loose hoe.
Okay.
And then this
Yes, I'm sure that was the first text message.
Although that's
He's all, there's
somebody-
a very loose hoe.
That's somebody
in
that
the
had
office.
a pager
Right.
that had to do the
that
words
had to do
upside
it up.
down with
that,
the letters.
That probably sent that to everyone. It was
Yeah,
like,
totally. Hey, you knew what it was, Wiggins. So
Well,
don't
I-
act like
you
you
know-
never
Hey, that's when
received
we were
it.
all playing Snake on our phone.
oh my God, that was the best pastime
Oh my
in
God.
class. Because at that time, teachers didn't like care. They didn't pay attention if you had a phone because
Right.
those were
They
just kind
didn't-
of coming
right.
out.
Right.
So, but yeah, I love that game. First text, you up?
You up?
Sup? You up?
You up?
You out?
You out?
Did you get this?
Okay.
New technology. Who dis?
Who is?
Okay.
Yo, that was the first text.
Okay.
Yo.
I just got fired. I broke the code.
That would be a good one.
That is
Right.
good.
Do you have a floppy disk?
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Okay, that's a good guess.
It was
I think
probably one of those, Larry, and it's an 8 with a bunch of equal signs
Yeah.
by a capital D.
Yeah, there you go.
Yes.
All right.
That's a big one. Hey, I think the first phone call, wasn't the first phone call like supposed to be like happy birthday or something like that?
I don't know.
There's like some historic, like the first time somebody called somebody and they were
Right.
like, sup, or
Like,
hello, or
hello, Marilyn, on Route 48-2, Meadowbrook Lane.
right, or like the first phone call was, what are you wearing?
And we wonder why we have sexual harassment problems. Somebody also said dilly dilly.
Dilly, 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 dilly. Agreed.
Do you think I'm fat?
Yes.
Do you think I'm fat?
Do you think I'm fat?
YOLO.
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 What's up?
That's cool.
Hello,
Hi.
governor.
Or hi,
Hello,
yeah.
governor.
Okay, let's see if I can do this one. Because before I had to like tilt my eyeballs.
Oh,
It's
no.
Another upside down number.
Oh,
Okay.
he doesn't know this one.
No, it's
You keep looking and I'll tell you what it is.
Bose Lake? Bose Lake?
You ready for me to tell you what it is?
What is it?
You're so cute, Wiggins. He's turning it upside down looking for the word. It's actually 8675309. It's an old school song.
Okay.
I was turning my head. I was like,
Right?
what?
You guys are both
I was like,
trying
how
to-
is she singing the whole song off of that? Okay.
Oh my God, that's really
That's
cute.
funny.
Okay. Do you want to keep going?
Whatever. Just
okay.
you can keep sending them in, but
keep going. And, when
then
you
we'll
wa-
find out what it is.
Yes, we'll tell you what it is. And again, really fast. Last night at the Alamo Draft House, the listeners, Charlie, Kelsey, Jeremy, love you guys. Travis, thank you so much for coming and hanging out with us. We had a great time.
I love the staff at Alamo. Everybody was like
Yes,
super
totally.
nice. Everybody from YOLO came out, so it was awesome. Thank you.
This person said Blockbuster and chill.
That person said, it's Brittany, bitch.
Okay.
That's Brittany Batch.
I can't lose this other text message that came in. It was
Okay.
from Jess. Dang it. It was about about your DIA thing that you guys did. It says I gotta find it. Whenever the announcement
I can
says,
sing while you're looking for it. My arms are getting weary. My back is getting tight.
Hang on, you're right. Where is it?
On the Queensboro Bridge tonight.
it says you make my commute to work better. I ride the Metro Rail. I live in Cali, and whenever the announcement says the doors are closing, I think about Larry saying on your life. Oh, saying on your life.
The doors
Oh,
are
yeah.
closing
Yeah.
on your
Oh,
life.
That's right.
Hey, welcome to Denver. It's cold here, but at least I can see your old lady's nipples.
Okay.
Welcome to DIA. A train is coming. On Kathie.
Oh, hey!
Oh.
I meant running.
Sexual harassment.
We can't sexually harass each other. We're gay and
Train
straight.
is running. Yeah, it sounds better that way. Yeah.
A train is running.
Yeah, I just want
A train is coming.
A train is running on Agnes. Aunt Agnes, who looks good after 2 beers.
Okay, stop.
That's exactly how I recorded my lines. I kind of did an announcer voice because I thought that was going to be what they wanted.
Right.
But I probably should have been like, hey, or,
No.
or, welcome to Denver International Airport. Get cruising on Concourse D. D for you know what.
Yes, I do know what
God.
you're talking about.
Oh my God.
I'm getting better. I drive home and I tell myself, you can have Christopher Walken's voice down if you act like it all the time.
I have a feeling.
You're driving down the road trying to
Do
master
his
your
Christopher
Walken.
Walken. And he wonders how he's going to lose his beautiful wife to a pilot.
What are you doing hitting on my girl?
Hey, that's Dracula. That's Dracula.
It's like some pilots gets off a plane. He's all, what?
Oh my God.
I can't believe it.
Kayla, your special
I'm
husband
coming
here.
for you.
I know my girl's hot, but none of your business. Hey, you know what, Wig? Your bad Christopher Walken's helping me do a good Christopher Walken. I like it.
Oh, what's your Christopher Walken?
I don't know, but I'm... Oh, he doesn't want me to take the
Don't
voice.
take
don't
my
do it.
You're right.
Don't
Okay,
take
fine.
it,
I
right.
can give up that
You
voice.
have so many voices.
But I will say this though. When doing a voice, like sometimes it's really hard to get one.
Yes.
Until you hear another comedian do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's really weird because, it's just once
Yeah, but then you're really going to highlight how bad I am.
No. I'll stay off the walk, and
You know
that's
what?
your territory.
Yeah, stay off Walken.
Thank you.
But
That's
what
fine.
you just said, sometimes you have to hear another comedian do the voice for you to catch it.
Right.
Is that how Carlos Mencia stole your voice?
No.
He heard you do
I
it?
stole his voice, but he stole my joke.
Okay.
Yeah, because he came through and he was like, he was doing this. And I was like,
The
whoa.
movie guy.
In a time, he was ready. And I think mine's actually better than his.
Yeah, totally. Yours is better.
It was knowing that he could do it. That made me, I was like, oh, okay, well, if he can do it. And then so I had made a bit, and I had done my trailer guy voice, but it was like, I was just talking like this.
Oh, okay.
I was like, and, it was like.
You didn't add the rough deepness to it.
And the movie was like, it was like, oh, don't. Or no, he's all, don't make me. And she's like, yes, I am the queen. You will do what I say. And he's all, please, don't. And it was like, glad he ate her. So that was the joke. And then so I saw his stand-up, and there was the joke right there.
He did it.
He did. Glad he ate her. And then I was like...
Thief!
I know, but then the next time he saw me, he came to the studio, and he kind of had a look on his face like... Maybe I took your joke.
Did you watch my stand-up?
And I was like, saw your special, dude. I was like, I was glad you used my joke. I was like, I'd hold it against you. I was like, but you gave me this.
Okay.
So it was an even exchange.
So it was an even trade-off. Okay.
Exactly.
Carlos Mencia?
No, it wasn't Carlos Mencia. It's Pablo Francisco.
Oh, Pablo Francisco.
Well, then I like him.
Pablo Francisco. Yeah, Carlos Mencia. No, not even Latino. I hate that guy.
Right, he's not, right?
Steals people's jokes. He's lame.
Okay, so we, dang it, I totally forgot my point. Because you guys are turning in your homework late. We have to.
Yeah, we have to go.
We have to go, only not leave the show, but we have to send in the break because we are the guys, or we are the people who turn in our homework late after it's already due.
We procrastinate.
I got you guys an extension and a smiley face in an email.
Yay!
Okay,
Thank
so
you,
when
because we sent it yesterday
and
it was on time, but they had some parameters that they didn't, because I thought Kathie and I would just send ours in the same thing.
Yeah,
and they wanted them separate with separate bios,
and
separate pictures,
and the audio just adjusts a little bit, but. The email. See, I don't want to get you guys too excited, but I'm just.
Okay.
Tell us but if I looked into the email and the way that it was worded, I would say that he was a listener.
Oh.
Okay.
And I would say that he was familiar with Larry and Kathie.
Ooh.
Okay.
And I would think that then when I said, hey, he's all, this is what you need to change. I was like, well, can we do it tomorrow? I was like, we'll get it to you by 8 a.m. He responded back, oh, of course. He's all, I talked to the bosses, and they said that's totally okay. Smiley face. So I really think he is familiar with you guys.
Oh, cool.
I think that's going to help out. So.
Oh, that's good, because when you think about it, I mean, I'm happy that I have a good announcer voice, female announcer voice, but Larry, your arsenal of characters and stuff could keep the voices
the train's running forever.
It could be cool.
Hi, this is Peyton Manning. I used to work here in Denver. Please buy Papa John's pizza. Hey, this is Peyton Manning. Welcome to Denver, Colorado. My brother's looking for a job. Anybody got John Elway's number?
303-728-3420. Keep texting us the first word and what you think it was with the first text message ever sent.
Soda bottles and the ice. Tiki Blizzard. When we drink, we do Sprite and a dessert. Chocolate scissor on my pie. I'm only 4'6", but I weigh 265. Cause I like cheese sticks. I like them fried. I like cheese sticks.
I'll give you those french fries wet. Chili and cheddar, cheese. I love those ladies with the back. At my table getting fat. Get that popcorn poppin' with that butter drip droppin'. 2 chimichangas, cause this lady ain't stopping. Hell yeah. Eat it up. Skinny girls around me, they be acting like they hungry. Skinny girls around me, they be acting like they hungry.
Soda bottles and the ice. Tiki Blizzard. When we drink, we do Sprite and a dessert. Chocolate scissor on my pie. I'm only 4'6", but I weigh 265. Cause I like cheese sticks. I like them fried. I like cheese sticks. I like them fried, cause I like cheese sticks.
Yeah.
What a sexy hot chick whoever sang that song. I mean, I rapped the part, but I mean, whoever that chick was.
Yeah.
Soda bottles and the ice.
I don't think she's as hot as the chick used in the video.
Yeah, you're right. the chick in the video is way hotter.
I mean, she's just owning that 265.
We were ahead of our time with that song and that video because when we posted that then, I remember being like, oh, this is gold. And we'd get it. It was Facebook was just starting. We couldn't even upload videos, I don't think, to then. I was like, oh, we didn't get the hits that I was expecting. You post that video now.
Oh, yeah.
Holy crap, man. People love it. And it got like 45,000 views the other day. Like,
hey, we saved the cheese stick industry single-handedly. Sales in Denver were plummeting.
We did have people that said
I had to go eat some.
And somebody, remember they went to Costco and got like the bulk thing of the cheese sticks? Your girl Kayla likes cheese sticks, right?
Oh, she loves them.
Okay, but here's the thing. I have a question. So when
Why don't they put a pickle in the middle? I agree.
No. Because we were opening week. Remember when we went to Dave & Buster's?
Uh-huh.
So we ordered cheese sticks because Wiggins said Kayla loves cheese sticks.
Because you like them fried.
I like them, right. And Kayla didn't touch any of them. And I was like, did somebody double dip in the marinara? Why isn't she eating a single cheese stick? Wiggins says she likes cheese sticks.
I don't know.
She likes them fried.
Okay, just wondering. I just not that I stare at your wife.
Maybe it was because she went to reach for one and you went. Maybe that was it.
That's even what she said when we got in the car. It's like, what was wrong with Kathie?
Did you see that? Did you see that? I mean, towards the end, they were getting cold. So I was like, Kayla, you know. She's like, no, go ahead. I was like, because
she saw that was my finger.
They're so bad for you, but they're so good.
So we still got the text messages coming in about what the first word ever sent and the first text message ever sent was, and that was what, 1995? Is that what we determined?
This is how we do it.
Yeah.
Earlier than that, 1992, this Sunday, December 3rd.
Was it LOL?
First text message went out from an engineer in England on his computer to a friend's cell phone.
Right. And
am I giving it away or are we reading some more guesses?
No, let's read a few more guesses.
Okay, somebody said, was it, where's my money, bitch?
Where's my money, bitch? Bitch better have my money.
Let's see. Oh, somebody just said...
It's Brittany, bitch.
It's Brittany, bitch.
Right. Good morning was another guess.
Good morning.
Where's my money, bitch? No, I'm asking you. Where's my money? No,
143.
Pay me what you owe me.
That's funny.
Bitch better have my money.
And then somebody did the upside down numbers. Was the first text all the numbers that spell out boobies?
That is like the cradle of life. The boob.
Right.
It feeds us and nurtures us.
Is your refrigerator running? ASL. I still think that's funny. Do you guys remember that?
No.
Okay, so ASL was like right when the chat rooms came out, and it was age, sex, it was probably the Harvey Weinstein of the internet, but you would it would say age, sex, location, and so you would put in there your age, your sex, your location. I was a blonde Ben Affleck who didn't have a working webcam.
What?
It was
so in other words, you're like, I'm 37. I'm a stockbroker, and I'm hung.
Yeah.
Sure you are, little weird stinky guy in Thornton.
There wasn't anything else to
Trying
go
to get women.
Yeah.
You saw, I'm a foot model.
No, you're not. I was like, because I wasn't like a fan. The ladies were not fans of me. I was friends with them, but they weren't romantically vested.
Right, because you looked like you were 12. If a woman was interested in you, she should be arrested.
So I pictured what I would look like once I grew up, and it was a blonde Ben Affleck.
Oh, yes. You saw that's what I kind of looked like, a blonde Ben Affleck.
More like Casey Affleck.
Right, exactly. Not even.
Oh, my God.
This one, you got to say, I'll let Frank read the next one. Okay. Somebody's guess.
Hey, you look at my wife again? I'm going to stab you in the face with a soldering iron.
Soldering iron.
Soldering. Damn it, the L.
Frank, I'm sorry I can't read. We all know that.
Somebody said more cowbell.
You're using my line.
I'm sorry.
No Christopher Walken, Larry.
Bad Larry.
Let Wiggins have one.
This guy said, he didn't even say cowbell. He said, I got a fever. And the only prescription is cowbell.
Okay, you're getting good. He's getting good.
Well, because I gotta keep it on my game because he's gonna take my. Eli Manning about to get
this
benched.
is only going to encourage him to have another voice, and then he'll eventually have three, and he'll be like, I do John Wayne, and I do Ethel Merman.
The problem
he has
with him
three. He has John Travolta, Dracula, Christopher Walken.
Okay, you're
covered. They all hang out and they suck blood together. Hey.
Yeah. So now I can't do my vampire because he has a bad Christopher Walken.
That's right.
That's not true. I will do the vampire if I need to.
Okay, he kills you with the vampire.
No, I could do the vampire.
No, he rolls his R's. He rolls his
See, now he's getting overconfident. Next thing you know, he's going to be coming in here doing a Trump.
Although I do remember, Larry, when you were trying to get me to get Frank a little more.
Yeah, it's like I need you to man it up.
Right, and you said, you literally told me what
To wear a strap on?
No!
Oh.
Shut up! Stop it! You told me you need to start driving down the road on your way home
And being
have
Frank.
a conversation from Frank and Kathie.
Right.
Go back between the two of them.
Yeah, that's the real trick, is to be able to do a character, and because like sometimes we'll do a voice and like, you know, if I do Arnold, then they have to say, "Hey Larry, why are you so gay?" And then I have to be like, "What?" I'm not really
Right.
And then so yeah, you have to be able to go back and forth. When I first got into radio, I would do because I was just a kid on the phone,
right?
So I would actually have like. Multiple people in one bit, and they never understood how I did it. So I would take a recorder and I'd record certain lines, and I'd leave space. So it'd be like da 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 da, and then I'd hit play and I'd play it back, and so I'd be another celebrity while that other celebrity was there. So then I could do a couple.
You
And
were
weird.
meant to do radio.
I couldn't do that.
No, I couldn't either.
It's really hard to have a conversation by yourself.
You got that right. I mean, you're a very hot lady.
Thanks.
Was your sister older than you, like by far, that you didn't hang out with her?
He's like, did you not have any friends?
Like a latchkey kid.
No, but it really was like probably because of the religion. My sister's 3 years older than me, but it was probably because of the religion. We weren't allowed to hang around people.
So you had to just come up
Be
with
my
your
own friend.
You know?
Oh my God! If you guys, I would never in a million years show you. There's a DVD that my sister had all our videos transferred to DVDs.
Yeah.
And there's a movie that I made, and only like a couple of people have seen it, like a handful of people.
Okay.
And Tina, my cousin Tina, saw it. And so I was at home, and I said I was sick for a day.
Okay.
And so I didn't have to go to the jewelry store and work.
Okay.
And so I set up a camera, and I had like a whole set. And so I filmed a sci-fi movie. And
What?
Yeah, it's a whole sci-fi movie. It's terrible. And I played 2 characters. And so I come to the.
It's not like you're using dolls and you're
No,
using
no,
the
no.
voices. It's you
I'm
playing the people.
Yes, and it was terrible. And when I watch it now, I'm like, I can't believe I made that. And so like this, I was a space guy, and I came in and I like took my. It was a motorcycle helmet, but that was my space helmet.
Oh, yeah.
And so I came in the house and I was like, this is crazy. And then I had to, because the camera was fixed, I had to run all the way outside of the house and put a different costume on and come in looking for the spaceman. And
so
it was,
funny. You're like moving couch cushions.
I'm not afraid to admit that one of the characters was a lady. So it was a love story.
How do we get our hands on this video?
No way would I ever show anybody that.
God.
It's way too embarrassing.
On the text line. Oh, what do you got? Yeah, do it.
Yeah.
Now
I'm the kind of kid that would be like, my parents would be coming home from work and I'd be like, can you do me a favor and pick up some dry ice?
Dry ice? Why?
Because I'm filming Thriller in the basement.
Don't question me, Mom.
Right.
Oh, my God.
Does Steven Spielberg's mom question him?
Dry ice, pronto.
I need a lot of it. They sell it at 31 flavors.
Yeah.
Oh, my God, that's hilarious. Speaking of, oh, my God, the text line. Oh, my God, Larry, I love your Chicano voice. You sound,
Thanks, bro.
You sound like my Mexican cousins up in Greeley. Oh, yes.
For real, though, like, there's like a bunch of people that sound like that in my family, and I was just like, dang, that's a good accent.
Right, no, it's totally cool. And I've tried to bring it up to like people at the TV station. I'm like, there's a North Sider accent.
But like, I'd say like some of this accent would like probably exist in like LA or no?
Or like Greeley. Like, yeah you're right.
Maybe California, maybe Texas, like anything for Selena.
Totally.
Right, you know, so it's not just a Denver thing, but like it is definitely centrally located in the high-low. Or the low-high.
No, it's the north
side. Or the slow-low.
It's the north side. Don't say any of those other things.
That's the high-low. No, I used to live in Rhino, but now I live in Hippo. And then my cousin lives in Giraffe. Yeah, you know. Thanks, though, for the shout-outs.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah.
Other people think the first text message that was sent 25 years ago, it maybe said text.
Oh, maybe, yeah, because it was like a test.
143. Oh, there's some cheese sticks.
Oh, those look good.
Too.
Yeah. Let's see. Oh,
maybe it was Merry Christmas.
No.
Oh, no.
Oh, okay. So,
what?
this person got it.
Oh,
They
what is
said
it?
I Googled it, of course.
Okay,
Love
what
you
is
guys.
it?
Oh.
Do you want to hear
Yeah,
the answer?
yeah, give us the
Okay.
answer.
Okay, so, wait, read the one above it.
I just want to say that
Okay.
Larry was right again.
He did.
Gosh
He
darn
got-
it! The things that you predict when you don't even know that you're predicting
yeah.
it are just
What?
You
Go on.
did just say it.
Oh, what?
What was the last one you just said?
I don't remember.
Oh, God.
Well, it
Larry.
was what you just talked about the birthday thing and how you said,
Right.
did you know the first phone call was the birthday?
Well,
It was
happy
happy
birthday
birthday.
or
So
something.
Yeah, this was December 3rd, 1992.
December 3rd.
The engineer in England sent a message from his computer to his friend's cell phone, and it said...
My
Mer-
vagina itches. Oh,
Mine,
sorry.
It
No, go
said
ahead.
Merry Christmas.
Oh, nice.
So you were right. You
Oh,
just
cool.
guessed it
So
at the very end.
yeah.
Merry Christmas, and this person said, I Googled it, of course. You love you guys. Have a great day. Cheater! Everybody else just played a game.
Okay, here's the thing. Now we're going to have a contest to see what the response was.
You know he looked at his phone like, what
Merry
the?
right,
how
exactly.
do I even respond back?
Well, he looked at his computer because the phone didn't exist then.
No, he sent it from a computer to a cell phone.
Oh,
in-
okay. So
in
I thought it was. I
1992.
thought it was.
So
from,
that must have been one of those old school brick phones, that were the
Right,
size
or
of a
something.
brick.
Right, well, you had to be something where you could read the letters.
the numbers on it because you could see those digital ones on the big cancer giant phones.
Oh my God! All you have to do is watch the Right movie from back in the day. Like they showed My Best Friend's Wedding was on Julia Roberts and
Okay.
whatever. And so you just look at the phones they were using in the movie, and you're like,
Totally.
whoa!
Yeah, those are
like
big.
phones were huge.
Yeah, totally. And bulky.
Right, and that was like she was actually using like a Motorola, their first flip, and
Oh,
it was
wow.
still enormous.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Right, and then they had this whole thing in the movie where she had to like send an email, and she went on the computer and she
Oh.
was typing email, and it was like, yeah, look at that phone.
Wiggins just pulled up the picture. Yeah, that's huge.
Yeah, I know. It's as big as her head.
It's huge.
Yeah, but the whole email thing that they have in that movie, it looks nothing like what email looks like. They had like obviously some, designer, some computer programmer make a
Right.
thing that looked like email.
Oh,
But
gotcha.
and even in the what was the Sandra Bullock movie where
Speed?
No, it was where she was like ordering stuff online. It was called The Net.
Oh,
You remember the
yes.
net?
Oh, yeah,
Remember
Sandra
when
Bullock.
she ordered her pizza?
Uh-uh.
They were kind of like trying to see what the future would look like, and so
Yeah.
she was like, it was like graphics they made, but she was
Yeah.
like clicking on the pizza, and it's like stuff you can do now,
Right.
But it was their version
And
back
the
then.
whole movie was him trying to get her because she had a floppy disk.
Right.
Isn't that funny? Right?
She had something on a floppy disk. If she would have ran past the magnet, that whole
Right.
movie would have worked out, man.
Right, and then she ended up being like she burst into a room that was like a convention for people on computers.
Yeah, exactly.
And
And
I
then
said,
she had
"Oh,
to
how
find
convenient."
she had to find the right computer that
Right.
went into the mainframe system.
Yes.
Yeah,
Oh
totally.
my god.
Yeah. The
Yeah,
net.
because not everywhere was connected to the internet, so
Totally.
she specifically had to go find a computer
Yeah.
with the internet.
Isn't
The whole
that
net, it was
crazy?
about her looking for the internet, and there was no Starbucks.
No, there was no Starbucks.
Hey, so you could send us those Christmas wishes in right now. Blazin' Hit Radio is
Yes.
teaming up with the Green Solution to answer them. We have the website set up, blazinhitradio.com, and you can see the link right there. But it's going to be awesome this year.
Yeah, all you got to do is nominate somebody that you know that might not have the best Christmas for whatever reason or another, and it could be as simple as their kids aren't going to get toys, or they need their light bill paid or something. And let us know about it. Write us a letter, and we're going to answer as many as possible.
And you can give us a call right now, 303-728-3420, or text us. And we got some shout-outs that we're going to get to here
Oh,
in
nice.
a few minutes, too. We'll play those coming up here right after this.
Every few years, a film is released. Its sole purpose, to remind white people what their ancestors really used to be. From the producers of The Help and the lighting guy on Django Unchained, starring Alfre Woodard.
What's wrong?
Danny Glover, I kill you. Morgan Freeman.
People want me to do everything for them.
Kerry Washington.
Hey.
Snoop Dogg.
What it do, nephew?
Beyonce.
Hey.
Al Sharpton.
Mm-hmm.
Corbin Blue.
What's up?
Janet Jackson. Reverend Jesse Jackson.
Mm-hmm.
Lil Wayne.
Yeah, what up, baby?
And that black robot guy on 16th Street Mall. This Friday, come see Whitey.
Oh man, that was a good movie.
R for racism.
Yeah, it was good. I cried in that movie.
You can watch. You can stream it on Netflix now.
Yeah, screw Whitey.
Yes.
303-728-3420. All the texts have been great. One of them was still answering the question, even though we know the answer was Merry Christmas for the first text word ever sent.
Yeah.
But this one says, was the first word queso?
Shut up.
So?
That's me.
No, it was.
Okay, so.
It was. What do I say?
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah, for sure. You're all, yeah, for sure. Wait, what do I say?
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
There's a campaign of texters asking for the release of Larry's sci-fi movie.
Oh my God, it's so terrible. And my cousin Tina already recites lines from it. She'll call me and go, because
That's hilarious.
Back then, I didn't do like a girl voice, so I literally talked like this. And my mom, she didn't have like a. She had like a wig or something like that.
Oh my God.
And so
Oh my God.
I even did this, like, because I was like, oh no, I must hide from that man. And so I had this wig, and so I like ducked down behind this chair, but I let the ponytail of the wig go over the chair, and then I crawled out, and then became the guy.
Oh my God.
And then was like walked past, like looking for her.
Where is she?
Where is she?
And the ponytail's right there.
Exactly.
You're so stupid.
If only I had seen that ponytail.
You're not alone, Larry. I made a movie.
my
where
God.
He's all last night with my wife.
I don't wanna see it.
It was a movie about being like attacked, or there's a bunch of dogs out there being attacked, or something zombies or something, right? And so I played the guy who got attacked, and then I also played the news anchor. So we filmed the scene of me getting attacked, and then I played the news anchor that was like, "This just in, da 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 da,"
and you just got attacked.
And so I started to foam at the mouth. So I put an Alka-Seltzer tablet in my mouth to make it look like I was foaming, and like
That's hilarious.
And yeah, so
that's called special effects, people.
Yes, it is.
Good.
On a
I
budget.
did a lot of fun stuff in college, like when we had to do, for
bet
film
you
school.
did.
Shut up! I did have that kind of fun, but I wish I could get copies of it.
Right, for sure.
I'm sure it's somewhere, but it would be funny because I did some good stuff. I think I did. I did some PSAs.
Yeah, sometimes you have to see it, and you're like,
domestic-
I didn't think that aged that well.
Yeah, I didn't do good.
I was filming a movie, and I was trying to direct my dad and my mom, and I was like so into the movie and being the director that when I look back at it, I would get so mad because my dad would start ad-libbing in the scene.
Which would be you.
Hilarious.
Yeah.
And so like I was like, cut! I was like, you're not supposed to say that. Quit! Because my dad would be like, it was like a scene from like Psycho or whatever, and he was the man that worked in the hotel. And I even put like the hose outside to make it look like it was raining.
Are you kidding
me? And so
me?
like my mom knew her lines and she was ready to do it, and then my dad would be like, hey, and he would start like hitting on her, and I was like, stop! I was like, that's not, you're supposed to be the guy that works exactly. And he's like, okay. And now that I go back and watch it, his stuff was so much funnier than what I was trying to make.
Totally.
I was an idiot.
We had the cops called on us once in college because I was part of the comedy troupe with Ken Clark and stuff, and so we were filming. It was a Halloween thing that we were doing, and so
Chase the girl with the panties.
No.
Oh.
So I was
Harvey Weinstein.
I was like the grandma opening up the door, but I was senile. So
Okay.
the stuff I was putting in everybody's bags, Halloween bags, was like I would just pour honey in a bag, or I'd throw a pencil in a bag, or stuff like that. And so, but my voice, because I couldn't really do the old lady voice, I'd be like, oh, what do we have here?
Right.
And just the high pitches and me, screaming and all that. Literally, a neighbor called the cops saying that there was a lady getting attacked at the house.
Gosh.
So they pull up and everybody's in some sort of weird kid
Costume, right.
because they're all playing the kids coming to my door.
For
I have a
trick-or-treat.
shawl on with this ugly white wig that I used marker to try to make gray.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, we all started
We
somewhere.
started somewhere.
Yeah.
303-728-3420. You can call us or text us. This text comes in. Good morning. I have no idea what you guys are talking about right meow, but I will later when the podcast posts. I love y'all. Much love from Oregon.
I love everybody listening to the podcast posts.
Well, and it's all within the app too. So once the show's done, but see, I don't think it's as fun. I think the podcast works, but I do like because we're talking more, which means that when the show replays, we're literally doing one song back to you guys,
Yeah,
one song
I
back
like
to
that.
you guys.
Yeah.
So I like that vibe a little bit more. The podcast works, but I just like the flow.
You like the flow
with a
of
little
it.
bit of song and a parody
Yeah.
here and there.
Well, I can't thank all the people that take us with them all day because the fact that they like the chat. They like it's entertaining all day. They don't hear the same songs repeating. It's working with their schedule. I love it.
Totally. We got a shout out though, so that's one of the features in the app. You can just send us a shout out as you're driving, which is what most people do.
Hey Larry, Kathy, and Wiggins. This is your girl Jessica. I was just calling about when you guys were talking about your boss, or your ex-boss, and his crazy wife. as I was listening to it, it was making my blood boil. Nobody treats my girl Kathie J that way. If I was your friend over listening to it, I would have walked right up to her and bitch slapped her so fast. Anyways, I love you guys. So happy you're back. Thank you so much for everything you do. Bye.
Oh, Jessica, thank you. That means the world to me.
Well, I can't believe it. She was clearly okay with me being assaulted. and you know what?
But I was worried I shared too much.
No, you didn't.
You know, but it's really how it made me feel.
No, we just, this is our life story, and we're going to share our real life.
Right.
And so it's like, for people that don't know what we're talking about, when we worked at the old building, at the old station, we all of a sudden got this new boss, and they were changing everything, so we weren't
feeling that. And then there was straw that broke the camel's back.
Well, I mean, it was part of it, but it was like this new boss's wife was like way out of line and just over the top. Right. She's over the top, and so she literally 2 times in a row tried to kiss me on the lips.
Right.
And until somebody does that to you, you don't when she first came in,
hands up around your head,
right,
holding on to
try
you.
to get my lips, and so it's until somebody does that to you, because it's very rare, I guess, that would happen. So I thought she was coming in for hugs. So then, as her lips were coming to mine, I backed my head up, literally did almost a backflip.
Right.
And then I kind of walked away and thought, okay, that was weird, and everybody kind of was like, okay, whatever.
Right.
And then the time lulled for a second, and then she came back in and literally tried to kiss me, and I'm thinking in my head, why is this happening?
Right.
Is this a joke? Is this because she clearly knows I'm gay? Is she just, I don't think it was he's so attractive, I want to kiss him.
Right.
I think she wanted to just blank
mess
with me.
with you.
I think she really wanted to mess with me.
Because that's what she was doing to me.
And it's
that's not cool.
And nobody, you have a new boss, you're trying to have a relationship, super professional relationship.
Yeah.
What am I supposed to do when your wife's coming to try to put her tongue in my mouth? I'm like, what?
Larry,
Right.
you were Weinsteined, bro. It
Totally.
was a power trip situation,
Oh, yeah.
trying to make you feel uncomfortable to show you who's the dominant person in that
My
role.
husband's your boss.
Yeah.
That's how I felt when she tried to bully me, and when I told the husband, the boss, he didn't think I was owed an apology or anything. Even after I told him, I have photographs of her drunk rolling around on the floor back there in the green room.
I know, but
one of us was drunk, one of us wasn't. One of us owes the other an apology, and he didn't think that was necessary. I was like, I can't work for somebody like that.
Here's why, though, because remember when the second time she tried to kiss me and he pulled her off? She punched him in the stomach.
Hard.
Right, and so I think...
We all saw it.
No, I know, but I think that's how that works over there. You know what I'm saying?
So he's not going to tell his wife anything.
Right, I guess. I don't know, but whatever.
Yeah,
But-
people just we have a Q&A, so it is in the podcast episodes.
Maybe I am just handsome.
But
Maybe people just
maybe they just
You're
do.
totally handsome,
Emma,
Larry.
she's the only one who's ever tried to force it on me.
Yeah.
It's definitely your animal magnetism.
Oh, you know what, though? That's not true. I will say that when I went to Club Med in Mexico, this hot girl with her boyfriend came up and kissed me at the bar.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah, but I was 21. I was killing it.
Yeah.
Killing it.
You and
I
your-
could have slept with 100 people on that trip. But I only wanted Octavio.
So if you're
Was
looking,
he the bartender?
No, he was just one of the guys that's there to make you have a good time.
Oh, okay.
And he was just one of the most beautiful men I've ever seen. in
You're like,
person.
I'm not having a good time yet.
Right, his name
There's
is
a little something we could do.
Octavio.
if you're looking for the answers of what happened to Larry and Kathie at the old situation and how we got this awesome opportunity and relationship with the Green Solution and Blazin Hit Radio and how they built their own app, go check out the podcast episode like everyone has been doing, and you can see that right there as an old episode. So we did get another shout out. This one we were talking about Larry and the Wiener Wagon. I'm trying to follow what he says, so see if you guys can understand it, because it's something we had talked about.
Love you guys. Talking about your hot dog stand, I would do that at the drive-thru of any fast food, and after I order, I'd say, I'd like that to go. They'd be like, huh?
Okay.
So he's talking about when people would come to the hot dog wagon,
Yep.
and I would ask them, "Would you like this for here or to go?"
Okay.
and there's nowhere to stay there.
Right. I
Okay.
mean, it's like it's just a hot dog.
It's just a funny joke.
Right.
Right.
And so
Okay,
people would
I'm
just
with
laugh.
you now.
And
I'm
so
with you
he's
now.
the same. He would do that
Okay.
at the fast food
That's
place.
what I was
Do
saying.
you
I
want
knew you
this-
guys
And some
would
I would say smoking, non-smoking. I'd be like, and if you ask people that quick enough, they're just like, huh.
What?
Yeah, and then they laugh.
yeah, look at that.
Yeah,
It's-
Kathie, in regards to what you just said about the boss's wife, Kathie, you're supposed to take care of your boy. You should have slapped the crap out of that hooker for trying to kiss Larry. Here's the thing. The second time when it happened, I saw it, and when I yelled to my girlfriend to look at the lady attacking Larry, I said her name so loud that the boss
Turned around and stopped
turned around and was like, "Oh God," and went over and pulled her off of you.
But you could tell he's been having to do that for a while.
For a while, right?
Right. And so, we're not just tightwads or like where we don't have fun or
No, we totally
don't get
have
a joke.
fun.
But it's a little different when you have a new boss and you're sitting there having to fend off his wife from physical kisses and her harassing you.
Right, totally.
Yeah, it was awkward.
Right.
Awkward.
But I was thinking about that. I was like, Larry, there's been multiple times employees have been trying to kiss him.
Yeah.
Remember that guy
Oh,
who
there was
got
a drunk guy
who
at
came
the-
down the steps?
Oh, that was so awkward.
No way.
We
He
were
was-
at
he was
Summer
the
Jam.
drinker.
Yeah, there was a guy that
Smelled
worked
like-
in sales, and he was a big drinker.
Oh,
and so he
yeah.
was the big, like, huggy drunk.
Uh-huh.
And so we were at Summer Jam, and he literally
Walked down the steps. He's walking
Down
down
the
the steps,
stairs.
and he saw Larry, and he goes, and then like as if he's like coming down the step,
For
but
a
falling forward.
Okay.
And then he like almost like Larry said, goes for a hug, but then tries to.
she tried to put his lips against my lips, and I was like, not my type. Not my type.
Too old.
Not my
Too
type.
old.
You smell like booze. Yeah.
Too old.
Yeah.
That was my first Summer Jam, so I was just like, is that how
Yes,
it goes
that's
down
how
in
it
the radio?
works.
Was this also the same time when because there was another sales guy I was standing next to, I was talking to the sales girl. He came up and put his arm around
On
the
her.
sales girl.
Yeah, that was her.
And his hand went right down on
Yeah.
her boob and he
Yeah.
honk-honked
Right.
during our conversation.
Kids, we call that the good old days.
Yeah, we long for those days. Those days are gone now.
No, we don't long for
Now
those
it's all
days.
handshakes and fist bumps.
Blazin' Hit Radio.
I don't care what they say about me.
And now,
I go dumb, I go stupid, I get crazy. Come on and
It's Kathie J's Stupid News.
A liquor store clerk stops a robber by hitting him with
A bottle.
the pumpkin spice bottle. Bailey's pumpkin spice. The pumpkin spice took down the robber.
Right, and it's so seasonal to be taken down by that.
Isn't it? Right. That's what I thought.
The robber was like, I love pumpkin.
Dylan. He went into a liquor store in Oklahoma. He's 27 years old, and he wanted all the money in the cash register.
All I can picture is McLovin getting punched in the liquor store.
Totally.
And how they played it over
Right.
and over. Okay, so he started acting aggressive towards the two ladies that were working there.
Mm-hmm.
Not sure if he had a weapon, but so one of them grabbed a bottle of the Bailey's pumpkin spice, came up behind him, smashed it over his head.
Damn.
Yeah, and from what I remember about the Baileys, that's a solid
Oh, yeah,
bottle.
hell yeah.
Right. So it messed Dylan up. He stumbled out
Now
the
he
door.
speaks German. He said, what happened? I do not understand. You know what, though? And it's like one of those situations where you're like protecting yourself, and now like the guy has brain damage and he'll sue you because you hit him on the head with a bottle.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Exactly. That's our legal
society,
system.
right.
A guy tries to intimidate a lawyer by torching his car, putting some flaming dog poop on the porch.
Damn.
The problem was, it wasn't the lawyer's house.
You need to do your research, idiot.
A guy named Gary.
Hey, Gary.
From
Gary, I'm going to need you to blank my blank. Go for it, Gary.
In Northern California, wanted to get revenge on a criminal defense lawyer earlier this month. And Gary's 50 years old.
Go for it, Gary.
So we found the lawyer's address in the phone book, and then he put a dead bird and a flaming box of dog poop on the porch.
Okay.
And then he went and set the pickup truck in the driveway on fire.
Whoa.
One problem, he was at the wrong house. Gary accidentally targeted somebody who had the same name as the lawyer. Lawyer
What
didn't
an
even live in that neighborhood.
idiots.
He got arrested. Felony arson, vandalism, animal cruelty because of the dead bird. And now he needs a lawyer.
Now that you're speaking of lawyers, I just have to say this really quick.
Yes.
Yesterday, Chris and I were driving down Colfax to go to the Alamo Draft House, and there was a billboard of Mike Savoya, the lawyer that advertises
Yes,
with
we
us.
love Mike.
And he has the cutout of his head, right?
Okay.
So, he's bald, and so his head goes above the billboard
Okay.
and comes
that's
out
cool.
of it, right?
I see, right.
So he's bald, and then so there happened to be like 10 birds sitting on his head. So it looked like he had cornrows. And I was like, look, Mike Savoya has cornrows.
He is. He keeps it real,
Right.
people.
I couldn't get a picture quick enough. I was going to send it to him. He would have died.
Good law.
Somebody, if you're going down Colfax and you see the cornrows one day with all the birds, you
Yeah.
got to send us a picture.
Yeah, it was funny.
And finally, a guy tries threatening the cops by swinging, what else? A large sex toy at him.
Yeah, that would keep me away because
Yeah.
I'd be like, where's that been?
right. So you keep it.
Right.
You don't need to be in either of our cars.
Tase him.
Yeah. Indiantown, Florida. I didn't. Okay. Yeah. So earlier this month, cops spotted a dude sleeping. A couple spotted a guy sleeping in their yard. Right. So they called the cops. Turned out to be a 71-year-old guy named Donald.
Okay.
When the cops got there and woke him up.
Is his last name Trump?
Yeah,
No. Actually, his name is Donald Hornback.
Sounds like
sounds
Trump,
weird.
yeah.
That sounds like a guy who would wave a dildo at you.
Right? Is that what you like to do? You pervert. You're a hornback. So when the cops got there, they woke him up. He picked up a large dildo, just like what you said. I can't even say the word, and began to swing it around like a weapon.
Dilly dilly.
Coming at you.
Dilly dilly.
Dilly 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 dilly. He's not clear why he had that with him and hugging it while he was sleeping, or why he was in his
Clearly,
stranger's yard.
it was his wife or husband.
They were able to, like Larry said, tase him.
Right. And we're going to have to put that in evidence.
Yeah, right.
Then they go to Irene in the evidence locker. Here, Irene. Drop it on her desk.
We're going to need a bigger bag. Yeah, here, Irene.
Hey, girl.
Call or text.
I'm on my way to work.
303-728-3420.
Okay.
Blazin Hit Radio.
Hey, everybody. We're getting an In-N-Out burger.
Yeah.
Yay.
Larry, you said it before we started talking about it. It's been so often that this fake news,
Yes,
hashtag fake
fake
news has
news
happened
comes
that
through.
when it actually was real, I didn't pay attention.
I didn't believe it either because for years people have been like going, hey, we're getting an In-N-Out burger, and then it was all BS.
Right, exactly. But now it's coming to Colorado Springs. They don't have a timeline, but it'll be down there.
Here's what's going to be annoying.
What?
Is when they open, it'll be that place where there's like an hour wait. You know what I mean? It's going to be insane.
No, you're right. And you know, it's going to be like that for probably...
Like a year.
Yes,
5
definitely.
years.
Remember
probably.
Voodoo Donuts when they came? There was a constant line.
Yeah, we
And Krispy Kremes. Krispy Kremes.
Oh, yeah,
is ridiculous.
everybody-
And
Yeah,
the shake and steak or whatever
Right.
that was on...
Now you can go to Krispy Kreme at
Anytime.
anytime.
Right.
You're
Yeah,
in and
I drive
out.
by Voodoo and I'm all, ooh, no line, huh?
I know, I think that too. But
Yeah.
and did you see the footage? Well, yesterday we played on the Everyday Show when they opened in Texas.
The In-N-Out?
Yes, the In-N-Out
Oh, that
burger.
lady that was crying?
Yes.
She was like, is there here?
Wow.
Like she was crying. She was so happy.
No offense.
not that good.
I've had it. And
not
like
that good.
everybody had built it up so much that when we went to California, I was like, we're doing
Yeah,
this.
right.
It's
We
going to be
had to
so
have it.
amazing.
Right.
And I ate it and I was like,
You were, yeah.
and then I was like, well, clearly you see them make the fries there. The potatoes are right there.
Right.
These are going to be the best fries I ever had.
Right.
Meh.
No,
And
the fries
you get them
aren't.
covered or whatever. I
Fries
forget
aren't
what it's
good.
called.
You can get them
Animal
loaded.
style.
Yeah, animal style. And then there's the whole secret recipe. I did it in Vegas and was just let down. Although I think I was really hungover and was like, ugh. But
When I was just recently at the In-N-Out Burger in California, because I did go when I went to Disneyland, I was like, what kind of a shake do I want? And the lady was like, you don't have to choose. We can do a Neapolitan of him. And I was like, oh my God.
What is that?
Strawberry, vanilla, and chocolate. They
Oh my
mixed-
God, that's such a great
and
idea.
It was so yummy. Like, oh my God.
You're
I
like,
was
now I'm drinking strawberry. I've hit the chocolate.
Yeah, and-
Here comes the vanilla.
That's exactly it.
Ooh, that sounds delicious.
So you're right. Their secret menu wig is really kind of what makes it cool.
But here's the thing. If you had a burger in front of you right now,
Yes.
and it was an In-N-Out hamburger and a Burger King Whopper, which one do you think tastes better?
In-N-Out.
You think
I'd go In-N-Out.
I'd go In-N-Out for
You
that.
think
versus
In-N-Out
that.
is
But if you're
better than a Whopper?
But if you're going to go Smash Burger versus
Yeah,
In-N-Out,
No, I'm
exactly.
keeping it
That's
in the
where I
fast
think-
food realm. I'm
that
keeping
is
it.
the fast food realm.
Smash Burger is a dine-in.
Smash
No,
Burger
Smash
is
Burger-
just like In-N-Out, exactly identical. You go in there, if you wait 2 minutes, you're still waiting. But
You're
what
saying because Smash Burger doesn't have a drive-through, they're not a
Correct.
fast food?
That's a more of a Chipotle kind of restaurant.
No, Smash Burger and In-N-Out are identical in terms of how you wait and the food and all that stuff.
They're different business plans because one is a fast food place and one is like they have Haagen-Dazs shakes and then they have all these other salads and this, that, the other.
Well,
Okay,
the
okay,
CW
but-
would disagree with you, Larry.
We are the owner and developer of Victory Ridge, which is a 160-acre development in northern Colorado Springs.
This is the spot in Colorado Springs where In-N-Out has chosen to locate its distribution facility and first fast food restaurant in our state.
They approached us and a couple other sites in northern Colorado Springs about 3 months ago.
Andy Klein with Westside Investment Partners is working on the project. He says the fact In-N-Out is also creating a distribution center here means more In-N-Outs will likely be added, with Colorado Springs as its focal point.
Right, pretty soon it'll be like in every mall. We'll be just like, meh.
We'll be like, In-N-Out.
Right.
When I was there in Disney, when I went there, there was a local that took us
Okay.
to In-N-Out. She said that it's a company-owned business, and the parents died, and it's the daughter that runs it, and she's like in her early 30s, but she really is focused so much on In-N-Out and, and making sure that it's the quality of her family. And like, she's not a party or anything. She's totally like a businesswoman that's running this company.
Hey,
and obviously she knows they needed to branch out.
Well, yeah, it's about time dragging your ass.
Because they always said the reason why they didn't branch out is because they didn't have the right meat. So now they have that. Yeah, this is going to be everywhere. It could go to New Mexico. It could go a lot of places.
Right. Those are very expensive to build, and so they would not do that, I don't think, if they didn't believe in the market and plan to do an expansion around the area.
In the area, there are already well-known Colorado burger chains like Smash Burger and Lark Burger. Smash Burger has 33 locations in Colorado with several hundred more nationwide. And Lark Burger has 12 Colorado locations with an additional 2 restaurants outside the state.
We go to Lark Burger a lot, and we like Lark Burger.
Both burger joints and many others in our state have loyal fan bases, which will lead to an even more competitive market. Tough news for the established spots to choose, says Klein.
I certainly think they're not happy about this.
In the meantime, Westside says the city of Colorado Springs is looking to move things along quickly. But in all reality, it'll be a while before In-N-Out is officially in our state.
They don't make any decisions without putting a lot of thought behind them.
See, now I just really want a hamburger.
I know. I was just going to ask you that. It's funny you say that because I'm over here salivating going, where am I going to go to get a hamburger today? And I'm wondering, since you don't eat meat anymore, are you salivating?
Yes, but when at the Alamo Draft House, they have the Beyond Meat burger.
Oh, yeah.
They actually carry those.
And that's like your favorite
burger that you can buy in the grocery store.
Product, right.
They're in the meat section.
Okay.
And they look just like a raw meat patty.
Right,
and
but it's plant?
Yeah, plant-based.
Okay.
And you fry it, and it tastes amazing. So, yeah, that was so important to me, changing my eating habits, because I needed to recreate everything that I liked.
Right.
And the one thing I haven't been able to really recreate, or I haven't tried, is pizza. I haven't had pizza since I went plant-based.
What?
Well, if your mouth is watering for In-N-Out, you're going to have to wait a little bit longer.
So, how long until you can get a juicy burger in your hand? Well, according to Andy Klein, it's actually going to be a couple of years because of that whole process. The city of Colorado Springs obviously trying to push this whole thing along to make it faster. Guys, we will be the 7th state that In-N-Out Burger is in.
Okay, so here's the thing. That sounds like, oh my gosh, we have to wait 2 years.
Yeah.
Watch, you're going to blink and it's going to be here.
Right.
And then Kathie's whole channel will be out there going, oh, everybody's been here. It's crazy.
Totally.
It's a long wait.
Totally.
Right.
And hopefully they'll just deliver some to the station.
Yeah, for the everyday shit.
Totally, so we can eat them on
And maybe
TV.
Blazin Hit Radio.
Yeah, because we'll be huge by that point, so they're just going to be like...
Yeah, we're going to be fat by that point. Wiggins is right.
Did you want to hear Von Miller's response to all this? Because they asked Von Miller at the press conference yesterday for the Broncos what he thought about
In-N-Out?
In-N-Out Burger.
Oh yeah, I mean, I like In-N-Out. You know, I mean, I don't eat In-N-Out though. I mean, but I like In-N-Out. You know, I'm more of a a healthier guy. You can't really put that Ferrari, but In-N-Out is great. In-N-Out is great. I mean, the more diverse franchises that we can have.
Okay, so what did he say?
Happy. He just said, "I don't eat it. I like it, but I don't eat it because I'm a healthier type of guy."
I'm a healthy guy. Yeah.
Right. Remember we talked to who's the basketball player that used to
Chauncey Billups?
Chauncey Billups. We were talking to him.
Yeah.
And we said about something about eating
somewhere.
And he goes, "I don't eat that crap."
Right. Exactly.
Right. And we were like, "Oh, I guess we do."
But like once or twice a week.
Right. It's called Taco Bell, you snob.
That's basically what he goes on to say, is because they're like, "Well, what about when you retire?" He's like, "I'm not going to retire for 10 years." And he even says, once you get in this lifestyle of being healthy, you tend not to go backwards.
Totally.
So he's
especially when you have a chef.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, that does help.
Right.
Like,
oh
yeah,
my gosh.
but I'm sure Von Miller was very happy to have questions that weren't related to why do you guys suck?
Exactly.
Yeah. Well, that's all they got to talk about.
Right,
No,
like
for sure.
Burger?
Right. He's all, "What's your sign?
Yeah.
What's your favorite color?"
Plans for the holidays?
And now,
I know you guys are gonna photograph me. I know it makes a cool photo. I got a cool ass car. I got a dope ass outfit on. It's all good.
Celebrity Trash Bash.
With Larry, Kathie, and Wiggins.
Sponsored by the Mike Sawyer Law Firm. Call 303-GOOD-LAW. Here's Kathie J.
Who's touching who? Who's touching who inappropriately?
Kathie and I said we need a specific production piece to open who got touched, who touched someone, who got touched.
Because every day it's
every
somebody
day,
new.
man.
It was me.
Yeah, right? So yesterday I touched on this, but now I have...
You touched on it?
I didn't even pick
You're
up
the
on
one
that.
who's inappropriate.
Yeah, I totally am. But I didn't have the details, so now I have the details.
She's got the deets.
It's about Russell Simmons.
Okay, yeah, I was wondering, and I already thought when that one story about him came out,
Right.
And him and the director,
Brett Ratner.
right, and how the girl was like, help.
Right.
Right,
And
and
then she
they were
realized,
in on it.
Yeah, that they were all in on it.
Yeah, and like these guys that they said that I'm sorry to jump ahead. I don't know if you have this.
No, I don't.
Bette Midler came out and said that Geraldo Rivera was covering her and doing a piece on her in the 70s, and him and one of his producers shoved her in a bathroom or a bedroom, gave her some drug that was popular at the time, and then started like just fondling her and doing all this crazy stuff.
What?
Yeah, I know. And she's like, he's never apologized about that. And so it's all hanging out there. So the thing is,
wow.
no, but it's weird that
And
you hear.
that's Bette Midler. You're like there. The news is coming to cover you. You're
Right.
that much of a superstar.
Right.
And that's what happens to you because you're the woman.
Right, for sure.
What the hell?
So, like that and the Russell Simmons thing, it's like you hear about these guys that are like, yeah, and then my friend stayed in the room. It's like, that's just weird. It's like now it's a group mentality. It's like, let's get her in here.
And imagine if you're her.
Right.
Realizing there's other people. Like, what is going on
Right.
here?
Why
that
is
that seems
weird.
like a horror movie. It seems like a scene from a movie where you're like,
perfect way to
I
say
look
it.
over there for help. He's in on it.
Right.
You know,
Right.
like-
Sure.
And the door closes.
Oh, crap.
Yeah, wow. So for Russell Simmons, he is now stepping down from his companies, plural, after a screenwriter accused him of raping her. I told you yesterday that we knew she was Lena Horne's granddaughter and that she was also an award-winning screenwriter. Like, okay, so the alleged victim is Jenny Lumet. And she wrote the Anne Hathaway movie, Rachel Getting Married. She was one of the writers on this year's Mummy movie with Tom Cruise. She's the daughter of filmmaker Sidney Lumet. Oh, so her Jenny Lumet. Excuse me. Now I see how. And granddaughter of singer Lena Horne.
Okay.
She wrote a piece for the Hollywood Reporter yesterday saying in 1991, Russell Simmons took her to his apartment against her will and sexually assaulted her, raped her. After it came out, Simmons issued a statement saying, I've been informed with great anguish of Jenny's recollection of our night together in 1991. I know Jenny and her family and have seen her several times over the years since the evening she described. While her memory of that evening is very different from mine, it is now clear to me that her feelings of fear and intimidation are very real. While I have never been violent, I have been thoughtless and insensitive in some of my relationships over many decades, and I apologize.
So does that mean like he's like, I'm gonna be rough, and that's what he's into, but she's like terrified, and he thinks she's into it?
I don't know. Or, you know, there is a very fine line when it's all going down.
Right, because it's passionate, and you guys are like pull a little bit of hair and stuff.
Right.
But I mean, it's like, I just.
And then a lot of, if it's happening to the girl and he gets a little too rough, you know, not a lot of girls just say, stop it. Like
Right.
sometimes you just go, oh, this will be over with soon. And then you walk away going, what the hell was that?
The rule should be the guy should just lay there naked, and if the girl wants to do anything to you, she will.
Right. Or
if not, you're on your own.
It is getting scary. And Russell Simmons even touched on that and said, this is a time of great transition. The voices of the voiceless, those who've been hurt or shamed, deserve to be heard.
Right, because he's always philosophical and deep, you know?
Oh, totally, right? But in the early 90s, you know, he was like top of the world. Like him and Rick Rubin were Def Jam, and Run DMC was his brother, and so
the theme
he was
here,
in the clubs.
The theme here to me is, and the politicians as well, is definitely powers of position, rich people.
Kayla last night literally was texting my wife and she's a flight attendant like your husband Chris, and then we can talk about this later. But she was Weinstein last night, or like had comments made by a pilot.
No.
And so we can go into it.
In this day and age, aren't you all men?
I know, exactly.
Aren't all of you men getting the message?
Purposefully was making jokes, like trying not. He's like, don't turn me in. You know what I mean?
Whoa,
So you could tell that he's one of those guys that's like, well, how far can I get it? I believe it was his way of trying to find out who will let me.
Right. Who's in?
Right.
Who's in on this?
He was like a velociraptor testing the electrical of the fence.
We can talk about that later.
No, we
but
totally are, because I have questions about. Yeah, I totally have questions. questions.
And it sucks because Kayla's so pretty. I just imagine she gets ogled all the time without even knowing it.
Oh,
you know?
she was so mad. I was like, you need to document the time.
Yes.
Remember everything that he said to you.
Right.
I was like, turn him in. I was like, that POS deserves it. I was like, because you could tell he's done it a whole bunch. And now that the guys are getting caught, like Weinstein, Russell Simmons, that these guys are freaking out.
Here's what's crazy is Matt Lauer covers these stories on a regular, and he did it recently.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So it's like he must have been so comfortable in that position at Today because, like we said yesterday, that Today was such a ratings monster and money earner that they kind of ran themselves, aside from NBC. So sometimes the execs at NBC would make recommendations, and Today would be like, meh.
Right. Funny you should say that, Larry. Today's show, everyone is now saying it was a total boys club while Matt
It was
Lauer
like a Fox News.
Right. Well, I think, here, can I just be honest? Every company except
is
one
is
a boys club. You know, I mean, like construction boys club.
Listen,
radio. Let's be honest. Broadcast. What?
The boys are talking.
I knew you were going to mansplain.
So,
I knew you were going to mansplain.
Girls Aloud.
The point Kathie's making is that we're jerks.
But at the old station we were at, for a long time there was 12 employees, and I was the only female.
Right.
Remember, we didn't have anybody through the day.
Right.
And then there would be one hired
Our staff
on.
wasn't very fishy.
No, not at all.
The only girls were me and Kathie.
There was still gossip happening. So what does that say about you men? But anyways.
We like to dish.
Right. So, the Kayla thing, crazy. So the Today Show is a total boys club during Matt's tenure. NBC News execs received complaints about his misconduct long before he was fired, chose to protect him, just like they did Bill O'Reilly and stuff, because the ratings and the money. And
everybody made bonus because of Bill O'Reilly.
Yes, exactly. Women complained about his behavior, and there were a lot of closed-door meetings before it was all brushed under the carpet.
Okay, you know what's going to happen? I hate to say this. There's going to be an adverse effect, but it doesn't matter because now that, everybody has a voice.
Yeah.
But now that people aren't going to be hired on their looks, actresses will probably get uglier. You know what I mean? There'll be a lot more Lena Dunhams than there will be like Mila Kunis's.
I'm not going to the movies anymore. Can't go to any more movies.
Matt Lauer, his lawyers are trying to get him a $30 million payout.
Whoa. Yeah, he's going to need it for all the lawsuits.
Well, right? He makes like $20 million a year.
How does this sound?
That guy is rich.
How does this sound? Lena Dunham as Wonder Woman.
Oh my gosh.
So I just have short hair. And they're not in shape like the rest of the women.
Costume is rubbing upon me.
Right. Scratching.
She turns the Wonder Woman costume into like those bloomers from back in the day.
Old lady panties,
right, exactly.
pantaloons.
Nice big comfy t-shirt.
Yeah. Male boxers.
Okay,
that still has the pee hole in the front.
Right, totally. It opens up.
Yeah,
right.
I saw something.
Yeah. That was her lasso.
No, it's all wonder if it's a woman.
So the lawyers are currently looking all over his contract, trying to determine whether the claims against him, which clearly would affect any moral clause in the contract,
then that would
could affect him from a payout. But
right. Well, I'm sure
$30 million.
Here's the thing: that guy's been earning millions for years. So I think him and Russell Simmons and all those guys should just go away.
Yeah.
And go to an island and. Whatever.
Okay, so I just found this, and it says that Matt Lauer was on Meredith Vieira's, I don't know if Vieira? Is that right?
Yeah,
All right.
Vieira.
Meredith Vieira's show last year, and she asked him to explain the time she found a bag of sex toys in his office.
Yeah.
And this was his response.
I went into your office once. Do you remember this?
Yeah.
Snooping, and you had a huge bag of sex toys, and do you remember this?
Oh, wait a minute.
Yes, you did.
Wait a minute.
In your closet.
Wait
Matt,
a minute.
you did.
Okay, can we explain what happened? Because you were there. We had a guest on the show who was a sex therapist. And so when she left, I think you did the segment, actually.
I didn't.
And when she left, she gave each of us a shopping bag of stuff.
I didn't get a bag of
True
stuff.
story. I didn't know what to do. I put it in my closet in my dressing room. The next day, we had Laura Bush on the show. And the Secret Service came with the dogs to sweep our dressing room. And I watched, I said, no, I'll get out, go ahead. He goes, you can stay, we just need to bring the dog in. They open up the thing, and I see the guy pick up the bag. I'm like, oh my God. It's true.
Okay,
so that sounds legit.
It does sound legit. So did he give one of those as a gift to somebody in the office?
It was a girl that worked there.
So he didn't purposely go out and buy it. It
Maybe,
was already.
who knows?
I think
Meredith Vieira didn't remember the whole thing. She was like, I'm not sure about that.
Nah, I don't Okay, if not, that was a damn good lie he had ready to go.
Right, for sure. And it's like, why would you have that at work? I mean, you know what I mean? Mr. Door Button Lock.
Well, I do understand the whole...
No, for sure.
Yeah, right.
Unless he went shopping for this.
Right. So
he's all, I have one on me now. You just don't know where it is.
Matt Lauer issued his apology yesterday, and he's also deleted Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram accounts. Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah, they got a picture of him going shopping yesterday. They're like, the first pictures of Matt out and about.
So we were wondering, and he went and met some guy, right?
I guess.
Yeah. So we also were wondering, okay, about the three women that came forward. There's the girl at the Olympics. There was the one with the sex toy. There was the one who had the door locked.
Right.
So they're saying that, remember Monday night she went to HR and whatever evidence she had, they were like,
whoa,
we got to fire him.
Right.
They're saying that it was a photo.
Oh, of him?
Yeah. Page 6 is reporting that he sent graphic sex texts to the girl and a picture while they were over in the Olympics.
Okay, here's my question though. Like, I want to know what the text leading up to all that was
it
said.
her baiting him?
Right, or not baiting him, or just being...
I'll come over.
Or, yeah, like,
right.
Here, that's nice. Or if she's like, go ahead and send it. Or, you sure are sexy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, maybe he did go over the line and, like, those guys that like to whip it out. But if she was, like, engaging him, you know?
Uh-huh. The girl, the other girl that was caught in the locked office with him and had to have relations, there's a graphic story about what happened in there now that's come out, and she passed out, apparently, after they had relations.
He's all, I'm that good.
A coworker was taken to a nurse by his assistant. Crazy.
Like he gave her something to make her pass out?
I don't know. Or whatever happened in there was too, I don't know. I don't know. So, and then we got to get into Jimmy Kimmel and Roy Moore, but we can do that later. Did you hear about that?
No.
Man,
no, there's a whole
There's a
beef
Twitter
on that.
takedown going on.
It's awesome, too. I was reading the back and forth, and I love Twitter because you can gauge the general consensus on how people are reacting based on the likes that a tweet gets. So when Kimmel says something and Roy Moore responds and thinks he's being all clever, there's like 100,000 likes on Roy Moore's and like 150,000 on Jimmy Kimmel's.
Well, Jimmy is hilarious. Do you want me to just read him now? Or
Yeah. Hold on one second. When you're talking about Twitter, it was Colbert. Donald Trump Jr. just recently tweeted, is my 4-year-old going to be charged with sexual assault because he asked a teacher to come to his house to get naked? And the hashtag before that was hypothetical question.
Okay.
And then so Colbert hit him back and was like, non-hypothetical question. Are you insane?
Right? Like, why would you even put that out there?
Right.
They are so out of touch, man. Okay, so it all started Wednesday night. Jimmy Fallon sent comedian Tony Barbereri to a Roy Moore event at an Alabama church. Because remember, Roy Moore...
Jimmy Fallon or Jimmy Kimmel?
Kimmel.
Oh, Kimmel.
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 It's their fault.
No.
Yeah, Fallon doesn't do stuff like that.
Yeah, right.
He's like lip syncing.
And then he had him pretend to be a supporter of Roy Moore, okay? And there's video of that, okay? But there's
like hidden camera or a cameraman?
Kind of hidden camera, I think.
Okay.
There's so there's video, and in the crowd there's people swearing and whatever. So yesterday, Roy Moore tweeted, Jimmy Kimmel, if you want to mock our Christian values, come down here in Alabama and do it man to man. And Jimmy Kimmel replied, Jimmy Kimmel, yeah. Sounds great, Roy. Let me know when you get some Christian values and I'll be there. Then Roy Moore said, despite D.C. and Hollywood elite's bigotry towards Southerners, Jimmy, we'll save you a seat on the front pew.
Well, go ahead.
Jimmy shot back, okay, Roy, but I'm leaving my daughters at home. P.S. Wear that cute little leather vest.
That is awesome. Did he say anything back?
He didn't respond yet, but it ended late last night.
So Kimmel last night actually talked about his beef with Roy Moore on the show.
Okay.
Today, Roy Moore lashed out at me. He wrote, Jimmy Kimmel, if you want to mock our Christian values, come down here to Alabama and do it man to man. And I responded, and he responded back, and I responded again. It's all on Twitter. But the bottom line is this. I accept the invitation. I will come down there. What I'm going to do is...
Wow.
I think you're actually going to like this, Roy. I'm going to come down to Gadsden, Alabama with a team of high school cheerleaders, okay? We'll meet you at the mall. Don't worry, I can get you in. And if, when the girls and I show up, if you can control yourself and behave, if you can somehow manage to keep little Roy in your little cowboy pants, when those nubile young cheerleaders come bounding in, you and I will sit down at the food court and we'll talk about Christian values. Because, and I don't know if it doesn't fit your stereotype, but I happen to be a Christian too. I made my first Holy Communion. I was confirmed. I pray. I support my church. One of my closest friends is a priest. I baptized my children. Christian is actually my middle name. I know that's shocking, but it's true. So if you're open to it, when we sit down, I will share with you what I learned at my church. At my church, forcing yourself on underage girls is a no-no. Some even consider it to be a sin.
Wow.
It's right.
I love Jimmy Kimmel. He's so good.
Like, he really should go down there with some cheerleaders to the mall. Like,
right, he should.
Be hilarious.
And let's just see if you can control yourself. And since we're doing one more little harassment, why not? So, Beastie Boys.
Okay.
Okay. Adam. Okay. Sorry.
Oh, I just thought of the funniest meme I saw yesterday.
Okay.
And it said, more shocking allegations. Apparently, Bruce Jenner sexually assaulted Caitlyn Jenner for years.
Oh.
And it showed a picture of them side by side.
Oh, my gosh.
We believe that.
Yeah.
Okay. So, Adam, his dad has now been accused by 9 women of everything from unwanted kissing to rape.
Who? Oh, the Beastie Boys' dad.
Right. And Adam is believing the women, not his dad.
Okay.
Adam released a statement yesterday saying, I believe the allegations against my father are true, and I stand behind the women that made him.
He's all, and I'm not helping you with a lawyer, Dad.
Exactly. Maybe that's it.
Oh, my God.
Public defender for you.
And that's Celebrity Trash and Bash brought to you by Mike Sawaya Law Firm. Maybe they can call him.
Yeah. 303 Good Law.
You're streaming Larry and Kathie's Blazin' Hit Radio.
Yes, you are. And it is time for us to have a frank discussion.
Frank! Oh, I haven't hung out with Frank in a long time.
How's it going, man?
Kathie's alter ego is Frank.
Yeah.
And sometimes Kathie likes to be frank, especially if she's role-playing with one of her lesbian friends.
Yep. I like to be the big spoon. Sometimes that's all ladies like. You know, ladies just like when you put your big bare arms around them and you give them a big old hug. And you make it feel all secure and dainty.
Yeah.
That's what Frank does.
Yep. All of a sudden, Frank will hold you from behind and you'll feel his nice big boobies on your back.
That's right. Those
are Kathie's boobies.
Yeah, Frank. Frank's got boobies.
So no. Here's what I was going to talk to you about, Frank.
What?
Like a lot of people, like have heard me say that I went plant-based.
Right. Right.
Plant-based eating.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, I know. You don't know
I'm just not with you, Larry, on this one.
All right, that's why I brought it up. Frank.
Right, it's cool. I mean, it's cool for you, but
I know that's why I brought it up.
Yeah.
All right, so I just wanted people
plant-based.
I'm
sorry.
There's a difference between plant-based and vegan.
Yeah.
And when you change the way you eat, like sometimes like people will be like, oh, like I posted a picture of a piece of candy,
okay,
which is one of those Milky Ways that Kathie likes with the caramel in the middle.
She loves those Simply Caramels.
Yeah, she even knows the name.
Like it takes the Milky Way to a whole new level, Wiggins. I mean, Kathie raves about him. I mean, it's not my thing, but Kathie likes it.
Right.
Okay.
Well, so some people were like, "Hey, I thought you were plant-based. Or I thought you were vegan.
Why can't you have caramel?"
Well, because if you're vegan, you don't eat any animal products whatsoever.
Okay.
And so in milk chocolate, there's milk.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I just wanted people to know that I'm a plant-based eater, which is different than vegan. So I do still wear leather. I do care about animals. That is one of the reasons why I don't eat animals.
Right. But
I try to avoid it at all costs.
But you wear them, like on your shoes.
Yes, for sure.
Right, your jacket.
Although, the latest shoes, none of them have leather. They're all plastic anyway, Frank. But I
don't know, Larry. I think I'd probably go to your house and find at least 6 pairs of cowhide sitting in your closet.
As you sat on my leather couch.
That's right.
Absolutely.
Right. And that zebra skin pattern thing you have.
Those were pillows.
That was real.
Those were 2 pillows.
Those were real zebras.
I regret having those pillows.
Yeah.
Anyway.
They were real zebras? For real? I thought you were going to tell me they weren't.
No, they were real zebras.
I'm shocked.
Come on, Frank. We're still boys.
No.
Listen. Anyway, my whole point is, don't really judge a plant-based person like you would a vegan because we, like we're not Trump followers about the way we eat.
What?
Nazis. We're not Nazis about it. We're not all
right.
like,
You're not like-
by the book.
right, okay.
So in other words,
one or the other.
right. So Frank, right here, I have these crispy new Lay's flavors. They have the new flavors.
Yeah.
This is called crispy taco.
Oh, I bet you those are good.
You try that, Frank.
Oh, I had those.
Have you had them?
They
Is
had
it
them at
good?
Subway.
I
They
love
taste,
these things.
Tastes like a real taco. It's weird.
So here's the thing. I was taking a bite of them. I was
How do
eating
they
them.
do that?
I looked on the back of
That's
the.
amazing.
I looked on the back of the bag, and there's cheese in it.
Yeah, I can taste the cheese right now.
Right. So I really can't eat those because I'm trying to
Are
purposely.
you kidding
avoid,
me, dude? A powdered cheese, you're not going to take that just so you can enjoy the chip? Are you kidding me?
You know
That's
what?
how serious it's gotten for you?
I'm purposely trying to avoid it, but if you took that powder and you re-wet it, it would become cheese, and I don't eat
It would?
cheese.
So like when my mouth, when the saliva meets with the powder, it's forming a hard cheese in my mouth.
In your arteries.
Is that what you're saying?
In your arteries, Frank.
Hey, don't you stay out of my body, Larry. Those are good.
303-728-3420. You can call us on the YOLO Rum phone line. Larry had to dip out a little bit early, Kathy, because he's hitting the road to go to a funeral for his mother-in-law.
Yes.
But so it's just you and I right now. I don't think we've ever done this before.
I don't know if we have, but
Yeah.
I'm ready. Let's do it.
All right.
I mean, it's you and I.
And we actually got a phone call in there, but it might be Larry. I'm not sure.
Like, so he's calling us
I
on
think
his way
he's
to the
calling us
airport?
on the way to the airport.
Okay, all right.
Okay, it might be. It looks all right. Hello.
Hey, Wig, it's me. Is Kathy right there?
I am.
I have Tina on the phone, my cousin Tina.
Hi, Tina.
Hi, Jake. So I wanted Tina to describe, because she's been the only one that saw the sci-fi movie that I made when I was a kid, besides me and my mom and sister and my dad. There's only 4 people that have seen this sci-fi movie, except my cousin Tina, and I thought she should maybe review it for you guys.
Please do. Tina, so many people are like, get a copy, release it, we must see it.
It's in the archives. It will never be taken out. It is a masterpiece. I've never, ever seen anything like it. Well, one scene is he's coming through the backyard at Jones, and he's going to the sliding door where the kitchen is, and he has a motorcycle helmet on. And a motorcycle jacket, and he walks in and he goes, "Oh no, where is everybody?" And he's walking around. That's all he does for like 9 hours. He walks into the hallway, like towards the library, and he has some nightgown on and a big long wig that Lynette wore when she was Boy George in a video. Yeah, that's another story. So then he's like, "Where? Oh no!" And he has a knife, and it lasts like 10 hours. We didn't watch it all. And he's walking through just looking for somebody, like someone's going to kill him or whatever.
Right.
And then he goes to this chair in the corner. And remember, this is how it really looks, so it doesn't sound like I'm saying, "Oh, it's schizophrenic." It's sci-fi.
Right.
So then, because this is my favorite one, and I'm jumping around. So he goes, and there's this chair, and he sits down on the chair, and he's like, "Well," like scared, "where is everybody?" And then he gets up and leaves, and then he goes back to the scene, and the ponytail is sitting on the backside of the chair.
That's what he was
and that's
saying.
all you see. Then he goes downstairs, and there's this desk that's completely covered in tinfoil.
Okay.
And he uses a calculator.
That was called a control panel for a spaceship.
Right. And he has an adding machine on the bar. It looks like a little bar, like in a bar you throw in your house.
Okay.
And it's completely covered in tinfoil. And then he has the adding machine, and he's sitting on the chair like he's in a spaceship.
Okay. Yeah. Right.
Oh my God! And it's just the dialogue is zero, but the what do you call it? Special effects, and his pieces of furniture are just outstanding. I mean, and the fact that he spent 10 hours saying, "Where is everybody?" and wore a ponytail and a nightgown.
And then,
oh, my heart sings when I think of that video.
how old are we
And what
thinking
else is
Larry was?
missing?
How old are you, Larry, when you're doing this?
Last year.
No, I had to be, a teenager for sure, just a kid.
So old enough to know
Oh,
better.
it's so cute. It's like ridiculous. I swear I've never laughed so hard in my entire
Oh my God,
life.
I must see this. I think I've earned my stripes with the family. I must see this.
Well,
then I'll say this. We will have a premiere of this film at my house, and we will pick 2 winners off the air to come see the movie.
Okay, that's going to be awesome.
Wow.
That's going to be awesome.
It's a pretty cool
Oh my
prize.
God, it's a good prize. Okay, all right, I'll take it.
Yeah, what's up, T?
Wiggins is right there.
Hi, OM.
Hi, you've been wanting me to call you and say a message on your phone, and I forgot to do it, but it's good you called now, because we could just talk about it right now on the phone on Blazin' Hit Radio.
Oh, my God. Dracula.
Dracula, right? Danny Zuko. Somebody was like, that's Danny Zuko.
I'm Dracula casted Christopher Walken to play it.
You're so damn cute. You guys are doing a bang-up job over there, I'll tell you what.
Oh, we love you, cousin Tina.
Thanks for calling, T. And Larry, we're sorry about your mother-in-law. We know you had to get out of here, and you're on your way out there.
L-O-V-E.
Yes, L-O-V-E for sure.
You put it out there that we are going to give two tickets away to the premiere
of
whatever
Larry's,
that movie's
what
called.
is the movie? What
do you
is that? What it's
call
called?
it?
Whatever that movie
Here's
is,
what
I made.
The movie's called. The movie's
called Confusion.
No, the movie's called Too Long.
Sounds to me like the movie was
Odyssey.
Sounds to me like the
Space Odyssey.
The movie's called A Waste of Aluminum Foil.
Yeah.
And guess how much it costs to make?
That's what my mother says.
Oh, it's brilliant. It's brilliant. It's a piece of art.
Well, thanks for calling, guys.
Oh, my God.
Love you.
Goodbye, Eula
Bye.
Perry's. Love you. The two of them together are dangerous.
Oh my God! But aren't they amazing?
No, they're hilarious.
Yeah,
like Larry's cousins, the whole family is hilarious.
yeah, no, I love the Eula Berries,
God.
and they're all the same. Their sense of humor is all the same.
And
So
it's so funny. Like their reunions must be crazy.
super sad. I know that you knew Chris, Larry's husband's mom, and you were
Yes.
very close to her. So
His
that's
mom, Nita.
yeah. So Larry's out there heading out right now to go to the services, and it's just she was just a good woman, man.
She was
Like,
a good woman. I've said this before, but Nita, so I started dating Chris because he was my high school sweetheart. So around 15, 16, there were times where, you have like a lot goes wrong and there was angst and I was suicidal for a second, because you just don't know, whatever. She was like the one that swooped in and was like, let's go on a 3-week road trip to Texas because it was summer. I was, and it was just what I needed. She got me away from my parents who were fighting all the time, and she was like the first person to ever. You remember that first person that says, "Wiggins, I believe in you, and everything you're going to do, I believe in it, and you just go for it, and you shoot for the moon because you can do it." Like
no one has told me that. No.
I was going to say, I don't think I've even told you that.
I was like, do you want let's?
Does it feel weird that I'm telling you that?
It feels a little awkward.
I've never said that to you.
Thanks, Kathy. Thanks.
But the adults that supported you, you remember the love that they gave
Oh, no,
you.
it was the same.
She always took care of me.
Mr. DeLong, Dorian DeLong, he was a teacher for me, social studies at Thorne High School.
Yeah.
Always appreciated him because he allowed me to edit a video for a project. And that was kind of my way of figuring out, hey, I can edit videos and either use it for grades at that time or use it for school. And then I figured out later, I could do this to get paid, and so that I could follow my passion.
So he started you.
He started me, and then he passed away a year and a half, 2 years ago. And so it was like, never get those opportunities to say, hey, thank you. But you do, like you said, you totally remember them. So it's just a sad occasion, but we wish Larry the best and Chris the best. And I'm sorry for your loss too, because you knew her just as much. So
yeah, thank you.
But we're going to keep it going. 303-728-3420. Hello, who's this?
Lisa.
What's going on, Lisa?
Oh my gosh, you guys have me rolling.
Well, we're happy. That's why we want everybody to laugh in the morning.
You guys do it.
Thank
you.
you.
You guys are talking about the good old days. When I was in high school years ago, my first job, we used to go out in the field. Well, the text one. And I would go out once in a while just to see what they did. And the guy that I would go with, the first stop we'd leave at like 7:30. We'd stop at like the donut shop to get some breakfast or whatever. And the second stop would be the liquor store. Again, I was 17. And he'd buy beer for him and wine coolers for me.
Oh, my God.
And we'd go out all day and drink and drive.
Oh, my God. Now, was he buying the alcohol so he eventually could make a pass at you?
I think so, but he never did. He was not wine skating me at all.
Right, okay. He was just an alcoholic that wanted a friend.
Right, well, yeah, he did. He treated me to pass once, but it wasn't like anything crazy, and I was laughed it off, and he took the hint, and that was it.
Oh.
But that was the good old days.
The good old days.
Go get a nice buzz and drive. And
right? I mean, when you do, we all have stories like that where it's like, thank God I survived.
Good old days.
Yeah, I think it would be a lot harder to be a girl, and I think that's a good situation where you feel comfortable with him, and it's not too bad. Yeah, I'll get
and
some
you're
drinks.
17.
And you're 17.
He's the
I'll have some
boss.
drinks.
We drive around and drink all day.
Now,
like,
if he's,
oh my God,
if he's like Roy Moore and trying to pull a move like that, then it's like crossing the line.
But she said he didn't.
Yeah,
he just wanted a friend.
No, he didn't, which was great because I went out like 5 times. Well, I worked there with him, and we had a blast.
And did you ever stay in touch with him, or it was just that moment in time?
No, yeah, it was that moment in time, and yeah.
That's awesome.
It was fun.
Right.
Good old days.
Oh, thank God.
Old days.
Not as much traffic in Denver back then. I hope not.
Well, thanks for calling, Lisa. We appreciate it.
Wait, one more question.
Thanks.
What was the spot you guys always stopped for food? Because, you're drinking all day. Eventually, you're getting hungry. You got to go somewhere.
I think we would stop for lunch, like in the middle of the day, like you normally would if you were out working. Somewhere to eat lunch.
Oh, see, I thought you were going to say when I did construction, we would always do the Lotus on 84th and Pecos. Like, you always had your one spot.
We'd have to go all over Colorado, so it was never the same places.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's why he was okay with drinking, because he would never be like, he's always hanging out with that 17-year-old, and they always smell like alcohol.
We made it where everybody was in danger, not just one section.
Right. You covered the whole state. Equal opportunity.
Everybody was.
All right. Well, thank you, Lisa, and thank you for finding us and listening to us.
So glad you guys are back. So glad. Love you guys.
Love you too. Bye-bye.
Bye.